All right.
We're live.
That's it. We're live.
What's happening?
Goodness. We're live. We're not only live, we're live from the AHRA World Headquarters.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Man.
Check this out.
You can see it's a upstairs room converted over my garage.
Finished room over garage.
That's pretty legit.
Yep. And
Yeah.
And then we got Ryan from Streetcar Chronicles, the lumberjack himself.
In the flesh.
That's it.
Yeah.
Who all we got in the house tonight? So we got Rabid Transit J, Torque Racing Productions rolling, Busted Radial Garage. That's a cool name, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty cool name.
Whenever I see that name, I think of a tire plug. I don't know why, but I do.
I actually think about the tire that has thrown the entire back on it, right? Like this,
Yeah.
The highway gator.
Like a car gator.
Yes.
The size has got to be H78. It has to be. Bigfoots and Mopars is in here. He's on his 29 by 9 big tire.
Mr. Foot.
And Mr. Foot, we're glad you're going to be there. I know you're one of these civilized gentlemen, so just understand we are working on the civility of this event, and we have guardrails for such civility for the next running of it. And this year we're working on it one-off. Next year it's going to be much better because we want all people to be cool like Mark, you know?
Yeah.
Auto Salvage Outlaws, Unfinished Project, Dart Sport.
Yeah, well, he says mowing hay. He didn't even say dart sport.
He's mowing hay. Wow, he did.
Oh, then he said dart sport. All right. Okay, gotcha.
He's not slipping. Jerry Racing, Rich GT350R. I wonder what kind of vehicle he has. Rich GT350.
I'm probably going to go on a limb. I think he's probably a vet guy.
Yeah, Nova or Malibu or something.
Yeah.
Oh, who all else in the house? Oh, goodness. Mostly all parts and Russ Patrick. Oh, gosh, we got 51 in here.
I saw Colleen Tebow fly through there.
Colleen Tebow. Yeah. J-Bo. Red Beard Racing 710. Starting to creep those subs up. By the way, a disgruntled former competitor participant in the No Name Nationals thinks that his call-outs won't get the subs. I think he's wrong. What do you think?
I think he's wrong, too.
I think he's wrong. I know he's wrong.
Who's that now?
Oh,
that's the guy who's promoting an event now called the Our India's Children.
Yeah,
At least that's where the hashtag goes to.
Yeah, where are India's children?
That's literally where the hashtag goes. Somebody did it. Andrew Nelson, literally. You think you check your hashtag before you committed to it, right? Dude Mopar and Mrs. Dude Mopar in the house. Heavens Mopars. Laura Humphreys. Let's see, Mrs. Dude Mopar, right? Perpetual Projects. Oh, gosh. JB's in here. John Mounts. Bill McKyska.
Duddy is here.
Duddy, you've had enough.
Mr. Duddy.
Buck dude it.
John at Cope Racing Transmissions.
Yeah, we were thinking that Buck, he's actually going to do it.
Yep.
He's just about there to 500.
JB's here. Destroyer, Wendy English. Dr. Art. Dr. Art's probably watching from your driveway, if I had to guess.
Dr. Art might be in my driveway.
Thumper, the sweaty fat guy. Dizzy Izzy. Barrows. Great crowd tonight. Mitten Made Muscle. The Dodge Whisperers here. Look at this.
Sweet.
Ooh, Mr. Whisperer.
Flanked from the whole crew down there. Scott Croney. What's up, fellers? Well, you are, man. Big Block 402.
Oh, Dutch Guy's Garage.
Dutch guys are in here.
T's Good Time. What? T's Good Time something. It flew through there. I didn't see it well enough.
Well, now we're back. Let's see. I don't recognize that name. T's Good Times Garage. Let's Auto Salvage Outlaws. All right. We're back to real time now. I like to go back and see who all's hanging out in here. 58 of y'all. Getting hard to greet everybody when they hit the door now, but we still try.
It's taking up almost the whole live.
But we still try. But you guys are right to do it.
Hello, everybody.
Redbeard needs 108. Redbeard needs 108.
That's all right, man. Keep making that content. You'll do all right.
There's Gary Henry's Hot Rod Garage. Hey, man, you got more to go, but I'll tell you, Henry's Hot Rod Garage got some neat stuff. He has pickups racing on dirt. Oh,
drag race on dirt?
Yes. Cool stuff.
That's some hardcore stuff right there.
Taylor Muscle Cars. DRC, do we look like we know how to run anything with this official background back here?
Well, with the TV.
I think we do all right. Andrew Nelson. Yeah. Well, cool. I'm glad everybody's here.
Yeah, well, I'm sure everybody's had a chance to see the billboard, right?
Yes.
So that's the big one that's been.
I have sent out. I sent a picture to several of you guys. It's on the AHRA Facebook page, right?
It is, yeah.
Well, this is for those of you who have not yet seen it. Dallas and I, mostly Dallas, because I was ground support and he was the aerial guy on the JLG lift. We put up this
Slick.
12 by 40 feet. It's very heavy and it's fun to do when it's windy. That's all I can say.
Yeah, breezy with that is not fun.
Yeah, well, we got it.
And it weighs like way more than what you thought it did.
Oh, yeah. Because as you go up with the lift, you're picking up more banner as you go. So there's Dallas on this rickety thing that he never wants to ever get on or see again.
Yeah.
Now, that thing wide open goes about what? 1 mile an hour?
Maybe one, yeah.
Yeah.
Breakneck.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we went by Kai Kelly and blew him some pipe while we were going by on the JLG lift. Did a couple dry hops with the JLG lift. I don't think he picked up on it. He just didn't see it moving fast enough.
Well, either that or he was scared. I mean, I don't blame him.
He could have been scared. That thing went out 60-footed him. I'm sure of it.
I'll bet. I bet it stayed together longer in his car.
Ooh.
Well, that's what happens. That's why, hey, it don't matter when cutie little girlfriend's daddy's got all the motors. You know what I mean?
Yeah, all the engines you need.
Oh, how many you need? I'll send them right away, overnight.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the old episode of People's Court with Pat Busey on it, have you seen that?
Yes.
I won't even talk about it here, but for those of you who are morbidly curious,
Pretty awesome.
you'll never look at him the same way again. And if you got the right sense of humor, you'll never stop laughing. Can you see the billboard from the highway? Dust Devil says, yes, you can.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Easy.
You can. Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, 55 northbound, right when you get past exit 69, that thing is enormous.
So to give you some scale on this is before we finish putting it up. Dallas is what, 6'2"?
Yeah.
Easy. Okay. Yeah, there's Dallas up there next to it. That is not a small billboard. No,
it's probably twice as tall as I am, and at least 5 of me across.
It's huge. It's because it's a little bigger than 12 by 40 because it overlaps some. That was fun to tension. Oh, we laid it out. We didn't mention this on a live yet, or maybe
we did. On the live.
Yeah, for those of you that didn't hear, we lay this thing out in the grass in the sun to relax it some while we go get the hardware, and we come back, we see the grass mowers. And these guys are running up to this billboard on these zero turns as fast as they can go. And I'm like, oh my gosh, if these guys run over that board, that billboard was a few $1,000s, right?
Right.
And so we did not want that getting destroyed. These guys would stop. They mowed around that board. I mean, within 2 or 3 inches of the edge of this. They left a perfect shape of the board on the ground. I couldn't believe how close they cut to it.
Too close for comfort.
Yeah, they were pros, though. That's for sure. They didn't even damage it. Nothing. And when we pulled the sign off, it literally was like a square grass spot, right? Like a rectangular grass spot, 12 by 40.
You know the magicians that throw the knives and do an outline of a person on the spinning board? That's what those guys with the mowers were doing.
That's exactly what
they were doing. Colleen TV, I see that. You guys want to start a real channel. You know, you can call it Master Procrastinator. That wouldn't be a bad channel name. Colleen's got this big junkyard she's going to. She's looking for some wheels for me. Y'all want to do a channel, do some content? We'd be glad to help. Collaborate or something. Maybe we could do a junkyard tour together or something like that. Help you get kickstarted a little bit.
And a junkyard is a great place to shoot a video because there's all kinds of content right in front of you, right? All
kind of stuff. And if your first videos are bad, don't worry. Everybody's first videos are bad.
Dude, mine were horrible.
Really?
Horribly awesome.
Oh, yeah? I bet they were.
All right.
Yeah, well, if you saw Outfit's Garage newest video, that was killer.
He has stepped it up.
Yeah, he just really did a good job on, like, had time lapse in there. And, I mean, he had things labeled with, like, actual labels. So, I mean, it's way ahead of where he was months ago.
It was really nice. It was really nice. That to me is the greatest thing when we see these guys, go from new and nervous in front of the camera to getting better in front of the camera to getting better videos and building a following. And it's so great. So great to see that.
Well, and that
everybody stepped their game up like a lot over the last. I mean, it's driven me to make better videos, and like people like Blake, we talk all the time and shooting things off each other's heads, and Duddy, and it's been a lot of help, and it's been really good.
That's exactly what it was for, was to, you guys work as a community to make everybody better within the community, right? So, it's tough. I mean, you all should be proud because it was everybody else helping each other out. So that's kind of what the whole thing was originally about when we started. It was like to better the entire community and build some camaraderie. So, what have you been working on?
Me?
Yeah.
Freaking Malibu. It's all I work on.
Yeah, Mike.
Things that, Mikey Poo is a money pit.
I figured you have all kinds of money. Didn't he spread his butt cheeks for the camera and everything?
Well, there was a time when he was in his prime where he did a lot of great things, but he's seen better days. You don't want to pop.
Dallas saves the best stuff for my channel. You like that? we couldn't get into this on Mr. Rodder's neighborhood. Oh no!
Too sophisticated for that.
Yeah, I may or may not. I'm trying to get a shirt together. I got a pretty awesome shirt together for that particular name, that particular car that I think everybody's going to like. That'll be pretty awesome. But no, I'm working on it. I actually. When we get done here, I got to drive an hour south and take it to my buddy's house. We're going to do some work on it tonight. And then tomorrow, it goes about 20 minutes to the west of it to my buddy's chassis shop so we can get everything lined out and get the brakes working. And maybe, I'm gonna stress maybe I can drive it Sunday. Maybe. It may be next weekend.
Fingers crossed. Well, I'll tell you what, it's an exciting time right now because all of these cars are starting to get done.
Right.
And we're starting to really see the fruits of our labors and these cars firing up for the first time. It's really exciting now.
Yeah.
The first fire-ups. We're probably going to be having first fire-ups until September 29th. That's my prediction.
Yeah. We'll probably be finishing building Richie's Camaro, repairing crap on my car, and definitely swapping LS engines in Dave's car at the track on Thursday.
Hey, Destroyer, why are you kidding? Is 10.5 the width of the front tire? Yeah, if you have a Honda, yeah.
Hey,
28.
We're all about stance, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got some cant going on the wheels.
There's a Junk Car Willie in the house. How you doing, man? We were talking about you riding to Sykeston. How proud we are what you're doing.
We were actually talking about you today in a good way, right? Saying that you have come a long way since you were registered, big time.
Bad Tree, I think that you need to do a video of J-Bo and Jeremy editing a video. That's what I would want to watch. I want to watch the video of them doing it. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
we want to see it now.
I'll tell you what, everybody's hanging out in here. We want to get into the topic a little bit because I know a lot of people have asked. The Nelsons are here, and Jerry is here, and several guys interested are here. Ryan, he comes to me and says, "Hey, man, I know we need to have the No Name Nationals." And I got to tell you, out of every 100 things that people suggest need to be at the No Name Nationals, everything from mud wrestling to, like confetti cannons to all this stuff that's like, file 13 stuff.
Right.
There's like one really good idea and all that, right? And Ryan had a really good idea. He said we should do a small tire.
Yeah, 28-10-5 shootout.
Right. And heads up, type thing. And I thought, what, that sounds really good. So we talked to Dallas, and Ryan's got a really good handle already on what's popular, good way to run these. Sounds really good to me. Dallas suggested Instant Green Tree. So I thought, what, this thing's got legs. This is going to happen. So let's just talk a little bit about it because people have heard about it, but we want to talk a little bit more in depth about the rules and such.
Right.
And Ryan, I'll let you just present that since that's kind of your expertise.
Yeah. So the reason why I chose the 28-10-5 stuff is because, number one, it's an easy tire to get on your car, right? You may have to massage it a little bit, but you can do it. It's doable. Number two, down here, I'm sure it's in other places, but at least down here, 28-10-5 racing is like The cat's meow right now. Big tire is dead down here, and so everybody's small tire racing. At Redbeard, you already asked 28, 10, 5, 15 or 29, 10, 5, 15 W. So this is a true 28, 10, 5, no 29, 10, 5 W. No W tire at all. 28, 10, 5 tire, and or 275, 60 radial. The way we do it down here is, there's a lot of different rules. And the thing that irritates me about the rules is it drives people away from just trying to compete. And, I've never had the fastest thing in the world, but my car always seems to fit in the category that the cars are 10 times faster than mine because of, you know what I mean? Like, because I've got blue seats or something, you know what I mean? So I figured, let's just do a 28, 10, 5, just limit the tire, steel roof and quarter, real car, door car. Nobody show up with a dragster with a 28, 10, 5 on it, or a funny car with a 28, 10, 5. I mean, you can, it'd be pretty awesome to try to see you make it go down the track, but
just so people can wrap their heads around this, it just needs to be a real car.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So something that started out going to the grocery store, when it was new, and everything in between we don't care about, but something that was a real car at birth, right? Steel roof, steel quarter, so it's an actual car. And then the rear tire needs to be 28 by 10.5 or smaller, or 275, 60, 15 or smaller. Right?
Or smaller. Yes, correct. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, so if you want to run a 235 radial, you're one of those guys, bring a 235. If you if you don't know, it's 235 is a 26 by 8 slick. You can run whatever you want as long as it's 28, 10, 5 and under. You have steel roof and quarters, and the car's got doors on it.
But that used to be my ticket, was that 26 by 8. I used to run that small tire stuff. Like, they used to call them 26 by 8 Outlaw.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And man, I was running that for a long time. I was running 660s, which wasn't bad on that tire. But then they started getting down in the 5s, and this was early 2000s, right? So they ran away with it, and you just could not keep up with it at all.
So Andrew Nelson points out that it's too many rules chase folks away, and
it's a combination. You either have too many rules, or you have the heavy hitters come in and they come and just rule the class, right. And you fight for second, third, and fourth.
This is a way to keep the ringers with the huge money that come in and the toter homes with stacker trailers and unlimited money from building to a simple spec and just blowing you out of the water. And it makes some parity without being overly burdensome.
Yeah, so the tire's the equalizer. Like when we do the street stuff down here, we use the street as the equalizer. But people started figuring out the street pretty good on a W, so then we decided, hey, let's take the tire down to 28, 10, 5. And now you're fighting two different things. You're fighting a dirty road. Now you're fighting a small tire. And same thing on no prep stuff or anything else. Now on a slick prep track, I mean, it should leave pretty good if you got a decent suspension. It just depends on the kind of power you make. But you got guys like Dave, who can make 1,400 horsepower. But when he gets out 300 feet, he starts dancing around on that little tire, and he has to lift. And that's where somebody like me who goes A to B can motor on by.
Right.
This is for people who aren't familiar with what we're talking about. We say a small tire. Redbeard has seen a 26 by 8.5 slick go 490s.
Yes. Yeah. So the 235 guys are crazy.
If you can manage the power, there's a lot can be done on a small tire. So this tire is an equalizer that lets people pretty much do whatever they want. You can run a school bus. You can run a tractor. If it has a 28 by 10.5 tire and steel roof and quarters, you can run it.
Yep.
I mean, that's the idea here. That way, because the thing is class racing is great. But one thing about YouTubers are they want to just take their own creations from their own mind and run them. And this lets you do that. The only thing we have to create parity is the tire.
The 28, 10, 5 tire.
Is the tire.
Yeah, and the thought process behind it on my end was like, okay, we got a lot of people who are calling people out. I mean, there's been so many call outs over the last 10 months, right. 8 months, whatever. Right. And, I mean, you got some people that aren't showing up, some people that are, whatever. And I figure, well, if we had one dedicated class to maybe the guys who are just hardcore racers that just want to go and race, they want to do their call outs and they want to get into a competition where they could possibly win a little bit of money. Screw it. Let's try it. You know?
Well, got nothing to lose. I mean, it like you said, it took a big broad swath of cars where people are building stuff from, you know, you got your Nelsons with the Datsun, right?
Yep.
All the way down to, let's say, what is it? Chad Cohen with square body stuff, right?
Yep.
How do you make that simple to where everybody could race amongst each other and have some kind of parity? And then, bang, there you go, 28-10-5 tire. Everybody knows what that is, right?
A couple things. Don English, yes, there's a list of call-outs, just ones that have been formally done. Roadkill Customs. Yep. Roadkillcustoms.com. Buzz has a list of call-outs that are happening. Ricky Gervais asked, flashlight start, it's going to be an instant green tree. So this is a good time to talk about that. Well, Dallas, you're the one that suggested that.
Okay, the reason why I said that is because you got cars kind of all over the place. You got heavy ones, you got light ones, the whole 9 yards, and they're going to be running, you know, there may be seconds difference between the cars. But a instant green tree is just like, just like we were talking about with the 28-10-5 being the equalizer, the tree is the equalizer as well, right? So when you have an instant green tree, no matter how good you are on a sportsman tree, when that instant green comes on, you're going to think it. First off, you're not even going to believe that the light came on, right? It's going to hit you so fast you won't believe that it just appeared because there's nothing. It's like you literally roll into this 2 stage beams and bang, the green's on. So what it does is it removes the parity between the cars where you could have like a half-second difference and you could still come out without having the fastest car win the whole entire thing. Right?
Let's put it in perspective what a half a second is. Let's say that a half a second is 50 horsepower, right? Tenth of a second, 10 horsepower. So if a person say, you know, let's say 2 cars have the same 350 Chevy, right? One guy has, you know, bigger cam, ported heads, this kind of stuff. He makes probably 50 more horsepower. That half second snoozing on the light is all it takes for all of the advantage to go completely away.
And then on the flip side of it, you have people who might be good at an instant green. Like, for instance, like I'm used to flashlight start and pro tree, right? So when you're on the 500 tree or instant green, it's a little tricky. Now, there are some guys who are really good and can guess the light, and that's good for them. But they better guess it right, because if they guess it wrong, they're going to go red. Yeah. And, you know, so it's another level playing field because you got guys who like me and Dave, we don't do instant green stuff, right? So we race, but we don't do instant green stuff. So it's going to be a learning curve for us. So, but you might have somebody there who's really good at guessing the light on instant green. We never knew it, or you didn't know it. And next thing you know, they're getting out and you got to go run them down.
Well, that's where you know, like, let's for instance, you get down to the finals and you know you got the slower of the cars, right? The smart thing to do is to step it up and guess on that tree, because otherwise you're going to go home. You leave the same time as the other person that got all kinds of power on you. So guess on that sucker. You got nothing to lose.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's guys that get pissed about that. You know, I guess I'm just kind of I was born a little different than most. I don't really care. You want to guess on the light? Guess on the light. You don't want to guess on the light? Don't guess on the light, because I might. It don't matter to me.
Red Light Ricky there's got a question for you.
What's that?
Will there be a red, or is it chase a race?
No, I think we call it red just to call it that way, because it gets convoluted when you do the chases a race thing.
Yeah, especially when you're looking at not enough people having cameras on the line. You can't see anybody crack a tire.
Now, but on the flip side of that, if you want to go ahead and chase and you still beat them to the other end, you got all kinds of bragging rights down there on the return road.
Sure.
The glory is all yours, yeah.
I mean, it's a pass. It's fun. It's data. It's whatever you want to make of it. You don't win, but, you know, whatever.
Yes, Redbeard, there'll be a $100 buy-in on the 28-10-5 race.
So here's the deal. We're going to try here. Everybody who wants in on this, I want you to email me and tell me you're committing to it, okay? Obviously, No Name 500 guys, you have to get your subs. So you can tell me you're committing to it, but you still have to get your subs, right? I'm going to just email me I'm going to set up, and I'll tell you how many spots are left. We want a 16-car field.
Right.
$100 bill to enter. 16-car field is going to pay $1,500 to win, $500 to runner up.
Yeah.
And if you heard a rumor that we don't have payouts, that's false. We do have payouts.
Yeah, we have payouts. So there's quite a few payouts.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I mean, we're even in the 28-10-5. John and I are not even racing. We're throwing in $400 for this thing just to even out
of
the money.
pocket.
Right. So
yeah.
Yeah, it is a lot like a 400 Pro tree. It is, but if you, it's a little bit different in the fact that, we're all used to when you see all three come on, you're already off, you're already on the throttle, off the trans brake, or you're off the foot brake, however you do it. And if you do that, I mean, you're not going to see that, right? So it's just going to be, your natural instinct is pro tree, there's a good chance that you're going to jump the light. And I've seen a lot of guys do that. They were killing on a pro tree. They get on the instant green and they cannot cut a light to save their lives. It's close, but it's so close that it creates a big problem sometimes.
Redbeard, it's all completely up to you. If you want to get your subs, you're going to get your subs. Make a little content, you're going to get your subs. You have a killer car.
Yeah, get your subs, get some 28s on that damn thing. Let's go.
Like, I look at that car and I'm like, how do you not have your subs?
Dude, I'm telling you right now.
You have a demon that pulls the front wheels. It runs on alcohol.
Well,
how do you
I
not
think it's just like you're saying here, Ryan, saying that you throw your 28s on that sucker and go make a pass and videotape that, and you're probably going to have your subs that night.
Yeah. And so, I've had some guys approach me about truck stuff too, and I don't know if you guys have thought about this or if anybody's approached y'all, but there's some guys saying, is there any way we can have a truck shootout? Because I guess there's now that I think about it, I guess there's a few trucks.
Here's the thing, this year,
I think there's 5.
This year, I don't know if we have enough trucks, but here's the thing. You want a truck shootout for 2023, this is how you do it.
Right.
Yeah.
You come into 2022 and steal the show in your truck.
Yep.
That's how you do it. That's exactly how you do it.
Yeah.
By the way, Shop 209, I might have been the first person to call it Daddy's Money Garage. Yes, you were. Austin. No.
Yeah, Shop 209, don't they have a Nova? He runs Novas, right?
He's got every Nova left in existence.
So he's got Chevy 2 non-Nova and then Novas.
A lot of stuff for a 2-day event. Yeah, exactly. But I'll tell you, we actually worked out the schedule for this. The schedule is pretty relaxed, okay? We've made sure not to ram things close to each other because we want people to be able to enjoy everything we're doing. So, for example, we're not just going to have a pen over in the corner where there's a burnout contest going on that nobody pays attention to. We're not doing that. We're actually shutting the track down to do the burnout competition. The Destroyer1320.com burnout competition is going to be the show while it's going on. And nobody else does that, but we do that.
Shop 209 says they got 9 Novas.
Oh boy, Andrew Nelson says I have an email. You know what? I'd be willing to bet without checking that he has just sent me something that's going to be in danger for 15 other people. That's what I think.
I'm gonna hope Dave's little twin turbo job does work on them so they can get them out of my way, and then I can bust Dave up later.
Oh man, I tell you, but the thing is, this is why we run the race, because it doesn't matter what you're running. If you gotta make your light. You can't go red. You can't brake. The nerves can't get to you. You got to make it to the other end. You got to make it first. You got to do it.
But can't you just walk back and rub on that genie bottle in the back and turn it up a bit?
Well, I mean, if you got that genie bottle.
Oh, well, it may not even be there. Who knows?
It may not. No, I mean, listen, here's the deal. It's 50% mental and 50% physical, right? And your physical is you and your car. And the mental portion of it, I've won 80% of my races in the staging lanes.
Yep.
Oh, just getting the other guy's head.
Well,
yeah.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
What?
I've also lost a few.
Personality?
I've also lost a few because of that.
Hey guys, if you're interested in the 28 10.5 tire, send me an email, john@princetondragway.com. My email's on my channel. It's in the about. Most of you have my email. So send me an email. You do have to have your 500 subscribers, just like everybody else, to participate. in the No Name Nationals in either race. Spectators don't. You don't have to have anything, just a spectator ticket if you want to come as a spectator. But you have to have 500 subscribers to participate.
Troll.
And
if you want to come as a troll, you can come as a troll.
You know what? You have to be. Well, that's a spectator, but you have to be. You have to be a good member of our community. Okay, so I will say. We want people that want to be there and have fun and engage in the community and be nice and those kind of people. So if you come to talk trash, you come there to be ugly about other people and all that stuff, I don't want those people at the No Name Nationals. I want the cool people in our community because that's the 99%. And
yeah, dude, that's the whole thing too. Like it's good, clean competition. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean everybody's egos are gonna fly a little bit. I mean. Mine's gonna fly. I love racing. I'm competitive. It's just part of me. It's just part of me. And I don't get to do it near enough.
Austin, nobody wants to do that. By the way,
what's that?
Nobody wants to see Austin in a foot race. That's like the worst idea ever.
I don't know why they're putting a foot race and push cars down the track. And man, I'm telling you,
yeah. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do, just so everybody knows, when I bust everybody's ass on the 28 10-5 race, I'll have a Coors Light for you at my trailer. I'll be handing them out.
Yeah. So you're just going to take names, huh? You're going to knock names.
Yeah, I already told Dave I'm going to drag his ass. I told him I'm going to get him first. I'm going to first round call out you.
Uh-oh. Torque Racing Production, email sent. I already have some entries here. You know who I haven't gotten an email from and probably won't till the last minute is a guy named Ryan from Streetcar Chronicles. He'll probably forget. So if he's interested, he needs to send me an email too.
The only thing we got to figure out, and I meant to talk to you about this before we started, but it slipped my mind because I had a million things going. But how we're going to pair cars. So
that was a question that Andrew Nelson had, by the way.
Okay.
And we want to draw straws. There's several ways we can do it.
I would say we could do the old fashioned chip draw way if you want to, out of a good old fashioned Corona bag, or we could do first round call outs. The thing with first round call outs is, I don't know.
It'll get lopsided.
Yeah, it gets a little lopsided sometimes, and then
I think the chip draw is a fair way to do it.
If you got somebody that's wounded in the class, everyone goes after that one guy, right?
Let's do a chip draw, and then year two, people are going to know what people run and all.
Yeah, if you know somebody's wounded, you get a free test hit.
And Andy says chip draw. Roland says chip draw. There we go. Random draw. Bad Tree says I agree.
Yeah.
Chip draw's way to go.
Torque Racing Production says.
Oh, Andrew's duck. I love it. Well, yeah, I'm under horsepower compared to a lot of these guys that are coming. So I'm gonna duck my ass all the way to the final round. That's how I'm gonna do it.
So, by the way, dude, Mopar, I know you got steamrollers on that dart if you want to bring it, but here's the thing: you need to get some small tires. Get some 2018 and a half for it, and you can run anything on that.
Yep.
Borrow them borrow some if you have to. By the way, there is this massively high hayfield of grass next door to Dallas, and I don't think they've mowed that since 2012 or something.
No,
and
July.
And they come out to mow it right while I'm here.
Would it destroy your Rochambeau for lane? Yeah, that's how we'll figure it out. Rochambeau for lane. I get to go first.
Thumper's bringing 125 irritable horses to the party. Yeah, per cylinder.
Easy.
Thumper, are you thinking about getting in on this? You got some mean machine there. This might be a lot of fun. Now, this segues into something else we wanted to bring up that is important, and that's the points.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, I mean, John and I have alluded to it a couple of times that the entire AHRA No Name Nationals is essentially a points-based race.
This is 90% finalized. Okay, we're going to publish. We got a couple tweaks to make. It's 90% done. Then we're going to post the actual numbers, but the concept is done.
So we're doing each event is essentially worth a certain number of points, right? So that way you can have an overall No Name Nationals winner walk away at the end and say, I won the whole dang thing, right? And it might just be the most consistent person across the board that participated in the most stuff. And the way most of those things happen is the more things you participate in, the better chance you have of winning. But there is a ringer in there that we haven't told anybody. There is a hidden event that's happening that everybody that's registered is actually participating in, but they had no idea. Okay. And there is a certain number of points for that. And we're not even judging. John and I are not even judging it, right?
We'll just say that there's a few opportunities you don't even know you have. But by and large, we're going to have a point system that allows people who participate the most. This is not a participation trophy, okay? This is not what this is. This is for people who go after it. And the people who participate the most and do the most and work the hardest and do the most have the best chance of winning.
Let's say you do the bracket race, even if you suck at it and you go out first round, no big deal. You participated, right? The burnout contest, you blew the tires off and, I don't know, they flattened up first 5 seconds. No matter, you participated.
Needless to say, the better you do and the farther you go,
the more points you will collect. Yes.
But we're going to have an overall AHRA no-name nationals champion.
And they're walking.
And there's only going to be one.
Right. And they're walking away with a AHRA national event trophy.
Dallas, this is a good question. Do they have to participate in the same vehicle to get set points?
Well, to tell you the truth, I don't think that's true. Because one of the classes is actually monkey bike, so you wouldn't be participating in the same vehicle.
No.
So in theory, you can technically borrow somebody else's vehicle to go do it if they let you do it, or you take your tow rig out there, or even better, you do a burnout contest with your trailer on the truck, right? So,
hey, Austin, I'm going to claim the under on that 500 on the motor. Yeah. So here's the thing. Understand, just because we want to make sure people have an idea here. Yes, the 28-10-5 tire is $100 bill to enter, but it also doesn't have the same amount of points because we can't be letting money be a way for people with more money to have an advantage on this.
Right.
So your participation in it will help you, but it's not like
it will never be the deciding factor.
Money is never going to stack the deck. Okay. So this is just something you can do to be that overall champion and work the hardest at it. And so that's what it's going to be. The points, we've got this 90+% done. It's over here on a board. We just need to get the points fine-tuned and run all the possible combinations, and then we'll publish it.
Right.
But that's how it's going to work. And the winner wins the official Wally version of the AHRA.
It's not Wally version. Ours is called we call it the Greer Grabber.
The Greer, yeah.
It's actually Cheryl Greer.
Yeah.
It's a bust of Cheryl Greer, the funny car racer. So
yes.
That's cool.
Do you have one here?
I probably have a top for one. Let me go look.
Yeah.
Yeah, money did run NASCAR, but it won't run 28-10-5. If anything, it'll make everybody happy to get their butts back home with some gas money.
And by the way, we went over to Jeffers yesterday. Gas $3.14.9. So gas is more than $1 a gallon cheaper than it was, just like we predicted in the spring. We knew it was high. It was going to be high, but it's a midterm election year, and like every election year, down it comes.
That's just the top of the trophy.
This is the top of the trophy.
That's cool.
Okay. Cheryl Greer. It's the top of it.
It's like a real racer from back in the day.
It's a really nice trophy. It's something that you're going to want to win. Where's the countdown card? Dallas, we got to get our countdown card.
Oh man!
Yeah. Let's do that. We got the Brinker countdown. Thanks for saying that. There we go.
I could have went all night without seeing that, John.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks for reminding me. That would have been terrible to not have that. Thank you, Andrew Nelson. Thank you so much. You needed that. Dust Devil Garage, just for you, man. 48 to go. Shop 209. He was the 1973 Funny Car Champion. Andrew Nelson says, I want that. What, you want the 48 card? Nah, he wants the trophy. You got a chance. Hey, Andrew Nelson, you going to enter the burnout competition? You guys going to enter a monkey bike in the fray? Think about it. These things matter. You're going to enter the bracket. This is kind of an Iron Man thing. The person who tries to do all the stuff is going to have the best chance for sure. Not saying you can't win it without doing all the stuff. You absolutely can.
Oh yeah.
You can. It's just that's how it's going to work. 48. That's all you got, guys.
Plus, there's the hidden event that no one knows about.
That's right. The hidden event's going to help too. But just remember, the hidden event. First of all, there's nothing you can do about it.
No, and you don't even know what it is.
You don't even know what's going on. So we'll we're going to tell everybody about that. With the award ceremony, which will be Saturday evening. Also, since we did put some numbers to it, and we have numbers again, we're refining this as we go a little bit. So Thursday, gates open at noon. We know it's a work day. 6 p.m. Central is when we're going to knock off, and we're all going to cruise to Lambert's.
Right. And if you know anybody in the Sikeston region that has
Yes.
a pretty cool car, here's what we've come up with. We're all going to go to Lambert's to eat on Thursday night, which is actually not even an official part of the No Name Nationals, but everyone seems to want to go to eat at Lambert's because it's the place to be when you're in Sikeston, right? So what we've decided is let's cruise some of the cool iron from the No Name Nationals up there and have a flash mob car show in Lambert's parking lot, right?
This is what's going to happen. We're good at 6 o'clock. We're going to leave the track, and we're just going to cruise over and whatever. It's 6.9 miles. So if you have something you didn't want to drive 300 miles, but you might want to drive a 6.9, you can do it, right? Yeah. Also, because this is not actually part of the schedule, we're just doing it. If you have people who locals want to come out and show off their cars, meet us at Lambert's. We're telling you when we're going there. We're leaving the track at 6. We'll be there 6:15, 30-ish, something like that.
6:15.
And the place closes at 9, but they have a giant parking lot. So just
also, we checked it out. We scoped it out last night. To verify, see what it was going to be like. We went there last night on a Thursday night. It was what, 7 o'clock.
We went the right time, the same day of the week, same time to see what the crowd is like. Very manageable. Very manageable. Yeah. It's not like a Sunday.
There was no line or nothing. Yeah. We essentially walked in. It was busy, but it wasn't, cram packed.
Yeah. So Colleen mentions, this is funny. Dallas and I, of course, tried to do a reservation there. We tried to do it, and we don't do reservations. Like, all right, they said just show up. So show up, we will. So any of your friends that want to come out, 6 p.m. is when we're going to leave for there. Just after 6, we'll get there. Lambert's in Sikeston / Minor, right there. That's where we're going to assemble. Big parking lot. Bring your cool iron. We're going to hang out. We're going to eat. It's a great place to eat. I hadn't actually eaten there until yesterday. That was great.
Yeah, the food's good.
Yeah, man, I was literally full for a whole day. That's quite. You're not going to leave there hungry.
If you leave there hungry, you didn't.
You didn't do something right. The rolls there. I've never seen rolls as big. The rolls are like the size of a small human head, and they throw them over to your table. So perfect for people like us.
Don't eat too many rolls though, because you might have a tough time in the 28-10-5 class.
That's it. Don't get weighed down. So Austin's gonna get there about 10 p.m. Get the track. Yeah, you'll be able to get the track because the gates will open. The gates. People will be camping and all that good stuff. So, yeah.
It's going to be a good time.
I think so.
I am looking forward.
Lambert's and Olive Garden, to 2 different things, man. 2 entirely different animals. We had a good time there. Good meal.
You said, just so I was listening back to last week's live you did. You were saying that the track will open on Thursday?
For long haul.
Understand, you can come in there, bring your trailer, set up your awnings, your camper, all that good stuff, but it's a work day.
Yeah.
So we don't want people just hanging out and bogging. I understand we want to do that. We want to meet each other, but we've got to get signage. We've got to get all that.
And don't worry about meeting each other because there's actually in the schedule for the No Name Nationals, we've planned for meet and greet amongst all you guys and us and everyone to actually meet each other, to have fun, to get to know each other.
Like for instance,
we built that into the schedule. We
know a lot of people are going to be here Thursday. We know that. And we know people are leaving Friday morning. We know that too. So the first part of Friday morning before the track goes hot, we have reserved for a meet and greet because the gates will be open. Everybody will be able to hang out and be there, right? Even the announcers, everybody, right?
Yeah.
And that way there's no pressure. There's that little bit of buffer to help the people rolling in who need to come down that day, and it works out.
Right, and then plus people, spectators start rolling in the gate, get to meet you all. You can shake their hand. There's no real pressure to, you're not under the gun to be rolling right into the staging lanes and make a couple passes and we do have 2 test and tune sessions set up in there.
We have 2 test and tune sessions set up in there. Yes,
we did that intentionally in case somebody gacks something on Friday night. They can thrash on that sucker all night Friday night. They got a little bit of Saturday morning to try to get it buttoned up, and then they can go out there and make a couple hits to make sure the car is going to work the way it's supposed to.
Okay.
Or the truck.
Blake has an important question. Is there a shop in town that can mount drag radials Thursday? I believe, and I wish they were in here, the NSB guys, NSB Custom Cars.
They bring the tire changer?
I'm hoping they're bringing a tire changer because that's what they do for a living.
Well, I tell you what I do know. There is 2 guys coming from Paducah, Kentucky called the James and James Show. They were in here on the last line, right?
Yeah, dude, those guys are freaking cool. I hit them up.
To help them out, though, they need 380 subs.
Right.
Yeah. Everybody get out of here when you're done and go and subscribe to them because they got a pretty sweet little Nova.
James Show. And you're going to have a terrible time finding them because they don't have a lot of presence yet. They will.
I tell you, the easiest way to find them is the way I found them today. I was trying to sub to them today, and I just could not find that sucker. And when you type in James and James Show, it screws it all up. But if you type in James and James, it's like the second one that comes up.
Yeah, just make sure you put in quotes. And then how you did it?
I did put it in quotes.
That's important.
Yeah.
Because otherwise there's so much, it's very hard to find. So put in quotes, quote James and James, end quote, and you can find them. Once they get more content up, once they get more subscribers, they'll be very easy to find. But it takes a little while. A lot of the No Name 500 guys were very hard to find until they had a couple hundred subs.
Andrew Nelson's asking, Dallas, did you address the tech at your pit?
You need to go to the tech location.
Yeah, the tech location. No, it's going to be the tech location. That's the only way we're going to be able to work it out. And we can probably ask Deke when we get there what would be best. I know Deke he's my tech guy. He's a really cool dude. Matter of fact, he's a Mopar guy, so some of you might like him right off the bat. But he's not the youngest of folks out there. I don't think he wants to walk around that whole place a couple times.
Shop 209. He's winning the comment of the night, by the way.
I have to drive through Macon and Atlanta, so depending on how the gunfights go, I should be there by dinner.
He had one of my favorite comments ever earlier. He's going to put a Stacey Abrams white gas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and Dizzy's bringing irons to do his tires manually. I actually have a manual bead breaker to set irons, and we can do it that way. Well, I'll have the tools too. That way.
The James and James guys could probably hook you up with changing some tires. That's just one of the things I was going to throw out there. But you guys need to make sure these cats make it to the show because they'd be your lifeline. They're probably less than an hour away from the track, right? So, and then Sunday they're hosting a dyno day, a free dyno day over at their shop. So if you're not in a hurry to get home, man, you can stop in there Sunday morning, probably have some coffee and donuts, give the rollers a spin, see what kind of numbers you do or don't make, break some hearts, whatever, is going to happen. Because that's usually what happens when I go there. Man, this is 500 horsepower sucker. And then you're like 340 at the wheels. What the hell, right? But, those things are a lot of fun. I love that. I love dyno days. They're fun.
Peckerwood Custom says James and James in quotes works. I'll tell you what works even better. Blake, one of the mods, can you grab Andy? Can one of you grab that James and James show link and please post it? That would be helpful.
Andrew Nelson, is there fuel at the track? It depends what kind of fuel you're running. I do know they have methanol at the track. I do know they have high octane gasoline at the track. I don't know about E85. There's a lot of but there's a lot of folks that run it, so it has to be available somewhere close by.
We'll bring fuel with us in case, but I didn't want to have to transport it if we didn't have to.
Yeah, well, I can find out if there's some E85 in the area. It's just
Dave runs methanol, so I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna run E though.
Jeffers Jeffers is a nice track that has a lot to offer. And, you know, when I hear people just say, oh, quarter mile, you know how many other important things there are about a track? I mean, really.
Yeah.
Shower houses, fuel, all of these things. Jeffers has a lot to offer. The pits are all nice and flat. The grounds are really nice. The track is well prepped. Jeffers is a nice track. Has a lot going on. I think you guys are really going to like it.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I think it's a really nice track for what it is.
It's perfect for what we're doing.
Yeah.
Perfect. It's perfect. There we go.
I'm going to have to hop off. I got to drive an hour south so I can get some work.
All right, man.
I understand. Thank you so much for all your help. If you guys want to get in the 28 10.5-inch tire class, send me an email, john@PrincetonDragway.com. That is in my channel. Let me know that you're committing with obviously the one contingency. You must have your 500 subs if you don't already, but let me know. And obviously we'll start trying to help you get those subs. If you don't already have them, you'll need to bring $100 bill, 16 car field's going to pay $1,500 to win, $500 to runner up. And if you have any questions, feel free to email them as well. We'll get back with you.
And thanks for coming on, Ryan. I really appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you guys having me. I'm sorry I got to freaking run.
Nah, man, it's life. You get 8 pounds of shit in a 5-pound sack, right? So,
buddy, that's my life every day.
All right. Well, hey, best of luck.
All right, buddy. We'll see y'all later.
You're right.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Daddy's Money Garage says we need minimum 95 octane. Where did you get that number? Did you do the research and the motor numbers yourself?
I think you did. We were actually talking about it. Me and
Really?
Austin were talking about compression ratio one day and what they had, and he said, I said, because there's dynamic and then there's static compression ratio. What did you guys calculate for static? And then he did a lot of research on it, so he may have it nailed down.
You know what though? Just it's workable. Maybe you can roll your cam a little bit and change your dynamic and work with your timing a little bit.
Well, so in the end, he said, "Yeah, I helped him out there." There was somebody had a question about fire pits and stuff like that. Now, I do know they have a large fire pit in the back. I don't know about individual fire pits. If you're bringing your own that it's not on the ground, I don't see where it would be a problem. Just as long as there's nothing around that's going to burn. Like you're not pitted 4 feet from somebody else's trailer, right?
Yeah, here we go. This is the first one thing I thought of. Andy wants to know how much cranking compression you have. That's the ratio, how much cranking compression you have. Although 11.3 is a lot. If you have iron heads at 11.3, that's going to be hard to run a 93 octane. Dynamic is 9.8 to 1, or is it 11.3 to 1?
No,
dynamic stuff. Yeah, okay. So 11.3 is your static ratio.
Does that thing have aluminum heads? They were in Magnum heads.
No, I believe it was iron heads. Yep, iron heads. All right. Redbeard says, have a great night. He's got what he needs. You know what else he needs?
He needs some
subscribers.
Yeah, man. Get out there, make some content.
He's running right now to Panhandle for subs at Walmart.
He could.
That's what yeah, why not? There's no reason.
Wouldn't you give a guy at Walmart that had a big red beard a sub? I would.
Of course.
Yeah.
Why would you not?
Hey, look, I need a sub, and I'm trying to go to the no-name nationals. Everybody at Walmart's going to know exactly what that is. I think.
Yeah.
I'd hope so. Why is he saying cracked Magnum heads?
Max, they're all cracked. Show me a Magnum head that's not. I'm going to find out if I can run pump gas. But Max Wedge, Dick Masterly, Rich Rusnick, he needs some subscribers. I'd love for him to make the show.
Yeah, well, I'd love for him to be there as well. He's got a good-looking Mopar.
I hear they crack a lot Magnum heads. Yes, they do. Also, the 302, 308, the late LA heads before the Magnums, the ones the Magnums replaced, they crack a lot too. Look at this. Got a slant 6 guy, 153624.
That's cool.
Of course, both the Jets heads are. That's the funniest thing. There are people who don't realize how little that matters. You got a little crack between the valves. There's a lot of cracked heads out there. Here we go. Here's priorities. Big Block 402 decisions. Transmission clutches or new GoPro. And this is a good point. So Niblack 57 says Buck does it at 488. There are 2 channels that are almost to 500, and we'll just go ahead and crank it out there because I'm going to go live with him after this if we still need it.
YouTube channel Fab Race Mod Repeat, which is the track operator, or he's the track promoter over at Northeast Dragway. He also runs the Speed Oasis LLC. Just messaged me and said he's throwing $100 on top of the purse for Monkey Bike.
Check that out.
No, he said he's doing it.
All right.
$100 on top of the purse for Monkey Bike.
There we go.
Where are we at? Normally, I believe it was paying $500 to win, right?
I know. I don't think Monkey Bike has. We don't have enough interest for Monkey Bike.
Oh.
No.
I thought I had a purse already.
No, we have a purse for the bracket. We have $500 for the brackets. We have $500. We have $1,500 to win, $500 to runner up in the 28 10 5 because those cars are higher maintenance. They cost more. We have $500 for the no-name 500 winner, the winner of the Cinderella Trophy.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's what he's thinking of. And there is a potential for one person with $150. $50 for Friday entry and $100 bill for the 28 10 5 tire race. If they won all of that, $500 for the burnout competition, potentially win up to $3,000.
And now there's $100 on top of
and
the
now
Monkey
and
Bike
now there's
price.
$100 in the Monkey Bike. Monkey Bike's the one thing that didn't have a sponsor, didn't have a payout, and so that's why that is. But and we didn't have a lot of competitors because with the death of Jim Bennett and some other reasons, our field has dwindled a little bit. But here's the thing. We're building a Monkey Bike.
Yeah.
We're looking for a jockey driver for it.
I need a jockey driver for it. I won't race my own stuff. Like I said before, I feel it's immoral because if I ever took $1 or won a trophy, you guys would always question my ethics, right? So the idea is just to leave it out, right? I won't race in it, but we're going to prepare a Monkey Bike, which John and I were doing today.
Yep.
And we're willing to throw a jockey on there. So if you got over 500 subs, you could jockey the I guess it's going to be the Mr. Rodder's Neighborhood Monkey Bike.
So the deal is the jockey driver needs to have 500 subscribers. Okay, that's important. So let's say that you have your subscribers, but you're like, man, I can't get my car together. I can't get it here from 1,000 miles away from logistics or whatever, right? You know what? This is an opportunity for you. So if you have your subscribers, but let's say that you're building a car and you needed 8,000 days to build this car and there's 48 to go. And you get down to the wire. You're like, no, this car is not going to make it, but you have your subs. Maybe you're the right jockey driver for this.
Right. Or you tear up your car or let's say you blow it up in the brackets. No big deal. Jump on the Monkey Bike, collect some more points, right? Take the Monkey Bike out for the burnout contest. Why not?
Yep. So, yeah, that's the deal. And speaking of Monkey Bikes doing burnouts, so we did a live this morning for Mr. Rodder's Neighborhood, and we did some stuff with the Monkey Bikes. Hey, Josie is sneaking there on us. One thing about the Monkey Bikes, we took one that had been returned to Tractor Supply. We found out why it had been returned. We fixed it. Wasn't much to fix. Cost us, $6 to fix. Here's the thing. Get the bike. Yes, they're cheap. They're cheap for a reason. It'll take you a couple hours to go through. And we did little things like we reduced the drag on the rear brake.
Right.
We got the chain happy where Tractor Supply attempted to repair it.
Didn't know what properly and it was aligned correctly.
Yeah, so we did the little things, just little tiny blueprint things. Didn't take much time at all. And we reduced the rolling resistance on that bike by a bunch.
Oh, yeah. It's probably by half.
Right. So there's a lot of things you can do without spending a dime on these things. All right?
Oh, Brian Breaker said he's interested.
Okay, well, Brian, hey, look, man. Boy, and we're also looking to people first who don't have a ride there too.
Yeah,
that's kind of another thing. So just bear in mind.
And there's some folks flying in, right? We got some folks flying in from the West Coast. We got somebody flying from New Zealand.
So Irish Outlaw is absolutely right. Don't ever say the 500 isn't achievable. We've never said that because we've seen a lot of people hit it really quick. What we're saying is that we have a potential contingency plan for somebody, if not. Okay.
Right.
What I would love to see is for every channel that still needs 500 to do it. That would be the greatest thing ever. Okay.
Right.
But what we're saying is, if you have 500 subs, and especially if you don't have your iron with you don't have your machinery with you might be a good candidate for a jockey driver for the monkey bike.
Yep.
So we're preparing a bike, and we need to drive for it.
Right. But here's the thing: if you're going to jockey the monkey bike has, you can win technically 2 trophies in that class. One, you win the monkey bike event. The other one is you win a trophy for having the most creative bike or get up. Right. So if you want to jockey it, come up with some kind of creative get up for yourself as the driver, so you stand out.
Also, Mexican Spec is right. If you have 500 subs and can't get your car there, rent one. Yeah.
Yep.
You can do that.
Yep. 500 subs is the only requirement. Whatever you show up is whatever.
And Irish Outlaw is exactly right. Comment jumped on me a little bit. Irish Outlaw says, I don't want contestants saying if. Yeah, well, you know what? If is the biggest word in the dictionary. And we've seen a lot of people make it, and they've made it in all different ways. And there's so much that's possible.
I'm going to tell you the thing that I've seen that's probably the most surprising. Okay. There was a guy, and he still shows up on here every now and then. You might see him. Frankenstein C20. He did one video of him working on this old truck, right? And he was planning on being at the event, and it had just started. This was like February, maybe. He went out and did a video on the trucker rally that was running by his house. And that dude had more than 500 subs the next day.
It was the Freedom Convoy. So the thing is he had 80-some subs, okay, that he got with content of his truck, right? Everything's cool, normal.
Right.
He did some Freedom Convoy videos. Sam from White Trash Motorsports did some Freedom Convoy videos. Some guys who got those when they were popular over the winter, some of those really blew up in views and got them a lot of subscribers.
And Frankenstein C20 was one of them.
Now, Frankenstein C20, here's the deal. He had some health concerns and things, and he parked his channel for a while and laid low for several months while he took care of himself. Good for him, right? He still got his subs. He still has an active channel. He's just been laying really low. He's coming to the event. All right. So, but what the point is, there's not just one way to do it. Dudes with Wrenches on the 4th of July, Dudes with Wrenches had about 700 subscribers. He has 40,000 now, and he did it with shorts. So in 6 weeks with shorts, just doing shorts, Dudes with Wrenches got near about 40,000 subscribers in 6 weeks.
I'm kind of wondering what Max Wedge Dick Dashley is talking about here. It's either slipped my mind or I've already completed it. I don't know.
He's doing a nostalgia race.
No. He said power adders on the monkey bike. I think he went past that already. Power adders on the monkey bike. As far as I know, you can use a power adder on the monkey bike. The only thing that we don't allow you to use is nitromethane.
Right. He's just asking about power adders. You can use power adders. You cannot run nitromethane in the monkey bike.
Right.
And the rules require you to use the engines they come with.
Right.
Okay.
And you can't have a second engine.
You don't necessarily have to use the engine it comes with and you get it, but you have to use the spec engine for it. So let's say if you find a deal on a monkey bike and that engine's blown up, you can go get another 3 horsepower overhead valves. The engine they spec for them.
We've kind of determined that we think that it's a Predator 212. So
it's 3 horsepower. It's overhead valve, and check it out if you're interested. The rules are at nonamenationals.com. That you can get the rules right
Thumper,
there.
I think I'm going to go on a limb about the hydrazine. I'll let you use it in the monkey bike if you can get it. All right.
Yeah, there's lots of leeway on those bikes to do some interesting stuff. Yeah, Irish Outlaw says all it takes is one destroyed oil pan or oven cleaner short. So for those of you who don't know, Irish Outlaw Garage, he made an oil pan fit with a hammer, and all of the purest white New Balance tennis shoes sitting in the lawn chair guys went absolutely nuts over it because they are things people, the smallest minded people on earth went nuts over that video. And anyway, good for him.
Yeah.
Oh, Irish Outlaw Garage, don't let me forget. I need to ask you about something. So I will get with you either tonight or tomorrow about it. And it's a logistical thing with the No Name Nationals. We'll get with you on that. Andy, big day of working on Casper. If it doesn't rain, Go for it, my man.
Even if it does rain, go for it.
Yeah, Big Block 402. I want those guys to make it. As you know, and the famous words from Jerry Reed, they got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I want them to make it.
I think they would truly be the last. What it'd be like the Hail Mary or the Cinderella story of
the James and James show. They're on their own 30-yard line, and they've got 4 downs to do this. Okay, that's what we're talking about here. It absolutely can be done, but they got to hammer down, and they're going to need our help. And I'm subscribed to them. I think it's great. I just want to see it happen. But you know what? Help those guys. If you really want to see the James and James show, those guys do. You know, I want to see them get into the 28-10-5 stuff. It'd be a great addition to the event. You know, go check out their channel. If one of the mods can put up a link to that, that'd be great. Go check them out. Share on social media. Use your personal networks, and let's make it happen. Also, I'll throw this out there. Tonight, after this live, I'm supposed to go live with Buck Does It and Heaven's Mopars, and we're going to do one of two things. We're either going to get them the rest of their subscribers for 500, or we're going to celebrate them getting their subscribers to 500. But if you're not already subscribed to Heaven's Mopars or Buck Does It, tonight's their night.
Well, he's saying right now, Dizzy's saying he only needs 6 more now.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. We're either going to get them for him or we're going to celebrate them.
Sean, the Fat Tire Guy, says he's at the Mopar Nationals. There's Frankenstein C20, Dark Sport.
Hey, Frankenstein C20. Just talking about you, man.
We were just talking good things about you.
Yeah, we're looking forward to meeting you at the No Name Nationals. Unfinished projects at 3:33. Man, he's getting close. Dark Sport.
Yeah, Dark Sport.
Unfinished project, man. Listen, just get on camera. It's going to change your world. We want to see you make it. You're creeping up. We want to see you make it. You can still definitely do it.
There you go. Blake just threw up the James and James show link.
Also, you know what? It's if you got a link to, there's a lot of channels here that still need subs. Dizzy Izzy, LB Bruin 79, Vince there. He needs some subs. You guys are missing out. You know, LB Bruins. So first of all, you know he's like highly intelligent. He's like mad scientist. Right. He's like mad scientist intelligent.
I did look at that Max Wedge yesterday. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I did see though he has nitrous for mini bikes on Amazon about $100.
Yeah, interesting, right? There are several classes still need subs. LB Bruins, he's working on a carburetor spacer for Just Mopar Joe. Okay, it's a collaboration with Just Mopar Joe. You guys aren't subscribed to him, go watch. Check it out. This is some cool stuff. We really want to get LB Bruin 79 to the No Name Nationals. Great line of content. Now, I'll tell you what. It depends who you talk to, I guess. But no, go check out what he's doing over there.
Let's see. Is there a stick shift class for the 28-10-5? No. 28-10-5 is heads up. So if you want to run a stick shift, have at it.
Yep. No, it's that way on purpose. Okay. Minimal rules so that everybody can be included. This comes down to the instant green tree and the limited tire. Those are the factors you got to work with. You can have all the power in the world and all the money in the world, but if you can't work with the instant green tree and the limitation on the tire, it's not going anywhere. Yeah. Just Mopar Joe put up the link. It's not labeled, but I guess that's LB Bruins. Yep. So go check it out. Check out what he's doing. We really want to get Vince there. Shop 209. Thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, go pet those 9 Novas and put them to bed.
I hope you put a Stacey Abrams gap on it. Everybody.
That's a big gap.
That's one of the best. That's one of the best comments I've read on here. For those of you who don't know what he's talking about, you need a picture of Stacey Abrams of Georgia. My aunt lives down there. I wish my aunt's usually on here.
I guess you could do it either way. You could say the big gap between her teeth, which she's got a humongous gap, or she's a pretty big gal.
Look, she's a public figure in politics, and we're not talking politics here. We're talking public figure. What we're not doing is disparaging our fellow content creators who are not public figures. That's what we don't do here. Because that's completely unacceptable. That's actually in our community. We're laughing about just like a movie star or some public figure. It's unconnected. This is not the same thing. LB Bruin says, I'll be there looking through the chain link fence and cheering everybody on.
Well, that doesn't have to be the case.
No.
you can not participate if you don't make your 500 subs, but you already got spectator
you
ticket.
already have a spectator ticket. And guess what? You can park there. You're just not going to participate. You're not going to be going down the track, is what we're saying. But guess what? You can get your subs. So LB Bruins for the win. Let's get him there.
Dizzy Izzy for the win. Let's get him there.
Oh, man.
Reported. Joe Brennan said he reported you.
Reported. There we go. Reported. Come to the meet and greet. We want to meet everyone. Absolutely. That's what it's all about. That's what we want to do. Can I show the new port? Spectator parking. Yep. The spectator parking.
Or you can just give up on all this negativity and get the 500.
Subs. Yeah. Get the subs. But we need to help him out because LB Bruins is one of these guys. He's very smart, makes very intelligent, articulate content, and we need to get people there to get him engaged in what he's doing. Really smart guy. I mean, the guy does like castings.
I like that. I like that
sheen work.
You know what? I wonder if I should get that guy to cut my Buick single plane intake manifold up and weld it back together for the 300. I wonder if he can do that.
So Andrew Nelson's asking Dallas, is the 28-10-5 auto start? In other words, he doesn't want to burn down. Are we going to
auto start, or is there a starter? It's probably going to be auto start.
Yeah. But when we burn down, auto start, yeah. I'll be in the spectator parking this year. Yeah, but Buff Del Campo, I know you've been talking about doing some radiator stuff. I've got radiators that need to come to you. So if you're going to do that, let's make that happen. First Responder Garage, I need subs. Yes, you do. First Responder Garage, you're at 400. You were at 399 last update I did. First Responder Garage needs 101 subscribers or fewer right now. What are the future plans for the No Name Nationals next year and beyond? No Name Nationals 2023 is already in the works. But here's the thing. We have to have No Name Nationals 2022.
Yeah, we got it. This one has to.
We got to focus
pull
on
it off
this
so that we can have the lessons learned from this year to apply it to next year.
We are already have things in the works, but understand we're not talking about that one until we have a successful 2022. Okay. But believe me, we're all over it. Okay.
Yeah.
We're all over it. What we want to have happen is for No Name Nationals 2022 to be the wonderful time that all of us cool people in the community expect it to be. And we're going to show every hater they were wrong and make them wish that they had been on the right side of this with the 99% who are super cool people. And that's exactly what we're going to do. And then what we're going to do is we want to run No Name Nationals 2023 that is only this, everything this is and better. That's what we want to do.
Just Mopar Joe's asking, is the 28-inch tire class after the bracket? Yes, it is.
It's after, but we're going to run them. We're going to stagger them in between.
Right.
Because
so if you're wanting to run both,
down.
you're going to if you're in deep in the rounds in the bracket, you're going to have to jockey the car between the two classes.
Okay, so we fully expect for the bracket to have more entries because here's the deal with the bracket. And by the way, Blake put up the link for the AHRA so you can join the AHRA. Yes, join the AHRA. AHRA membership. The more people who join AHRA with memberships, the more support the AHRA has, the more we can do this kind of stuff. Okay.
Right. That's how we put this stuff on.
That's exactly where it comes from. So we need YouTubers. In fact, Dallas and I were talking this yesterday. We need more you YouTubers to convert to AHRA members.
Well, here's the thing that roll back up RPD something.
RP down low. We'll talk about the track.
Different track and I'll throw out there what I already know. Okay. This just can be deduced by basic logic. Okay. Larry Jeffers, if you check, has bought the International Hot Rod Association name. He is going to be the sanctioning body for the AHRA. And it would be, I'm just going on a limb here and say, stupid for him to maintain an AHRA sanction at a track when he's already a sanctioned body.
Well, it would probably not be likely. Okay. Most sanctioning body presidents don't own a track. I think he's the only sanctioning body president who owns a track, and would definitely be the only sanctioning body president who owns a track that has somebody else sanctioned.
Right. And
so that would be
it would actually look bad on him.
It would be
to do such, right?
It would be unprecedented. And here's the thing. There is no guarantee we won't have the No Name Nationals at Jeffrey next year.
And that's true.
We can, okay? But here's what's important now. I don't want that to get lost in the weeds of details of what's not important. This is what is important. Larry Jeffers wants us here for this event.
Right.
He's excited about this event.
He gave us the billboard to put that up.
He gave it to us. He could have rented that.
Exactly.
And chose to give it to us.
So we bought a billboard and put it up because, and Larry and I have no ill will. Nothing like that.
But wait a minute. Here's the thing, though. This can still potentially happen at Jeffers next year. So let's not get in the weeds about this won't happen, that can't happen. Let's focus on this year, okay? If we do elect to move the event, it will be because we elect to do it most likely. And there's all kinds of people who will want this event. It's not going to be a problem. But what we don't want to get into is all of this other stuff. Look, if we get all into what 2023 could be, we're going to miss what's important, which is 2022, which we know exactly where it's going to be right now. So we need to focus on that. All right. Buffdale Campo, it's good to see you too, by the way.
Yeah, he's been flying low. So it's
always
good to see him.
Henry's going to get off here. Y'all have a good night. All right. And go check out Henry's Hot Rod Garage. But Henry, step it up, man. We'd love to see you get some. We want to see you at the No Name Nationals no matter what. We're just hoping that you're racing that day too. I want to hang the billboard in J-Bo's new shop after. No, man, that's a durable thing. We're keeping that. We're going to probably make some tweaks to it for next year. That thing's expensive. Oh, yeah.
It was a lot of money.
We want that to live on for years. But that billboard is huge. I had that thing rolled up in a van. That billboard is all you can fit. All you could do to fit it in a long wheelbase, full size B van. It's not small, and that's rolled on the short edge.
See, and that's Bear Rose Garage is saying that he likes it.
That's exactly
on the Mississippi, and that's exactly what John says. And that's kind of what we're looking at for next year because it's virtually the same driving distance for just about everyone.
And it could be there next year. There's no reason it can't be. But here's the thing. It needs to be where people can get to it. It's not an East Coast or West Coast thing. I read comments all the time. People say, oh, you should have it here. And the person lives in New York. Sorry. That is going to really be the most inconvenient. We have a very small number of our people come out of New England area. Okay.
Right.
The vast majority of the YouTubers are in, the Southeast, the middle of the country, some on the West Coast. But I got to tell you, like the Northeast is probably the smallest represented geographically.
Right.
So for us to have it there is probably, we tried to have it
doesn't make any sense.
We tried to have it in the place that was the least unfair to the most people. That's what we tried to do. And Jeffers was good. It turned out to geographically be probably the best option. Buff said he's been way busier than I expected. I'm ready for retirement and working on cars. Great, man.
Tired of airplanes.
Great, man. And Buff, if you're doing the radiator thing, let me know. I've got a radiator or two that needs to come to you. I'd love to bring them to you. Let me know, man.
What's the radiator thing? Is he fixing them?
Buff used to own a radiator shop.
Really? And he knows how to fix them?
Yeah, he knows like real radiator science. So
oh, dang. I got some for him too.
I'm telling you, yeah.
I got an original 1970 Stage 1 radiator that needs to get fixed.
Yes, man. So if you're doing them, Buff, let me know. We'd love to make a field trip.
Andrew Nelson says, what? The PA team count is strong.
They are. They are. And you know what? It's like for every one person from Pennsylvania, we'll have like 5 from Missouri and 5 from Arkansas. And
Arkansas has got a lot of strong.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Buff's been collecting radiator parts. Oh, that's cool.
Sweet.
Punisher Ramon's only a few. Exactly.
And that's why, we tried to choose somewhere that was location-wise was pretty close to the center of the country. And it just so happens that Jeffers is there. And then when John and I started talking about having shower houses, and they do their concession stand to open up in the morning and do breakfast.
They have the 660 saloon.
Now they actually have a robotic bull that you can ride there. Right? Did you see that?
I saw a mechanical bull.
Yeah, the mechanical bull. And then if you ride that sucker, there's a shirt that you can get there that says, I rode your sister, because the thing's name is your sister. So I rode your sister at Jeffers Motorsports Park.
All right. Anybody else have any questions about what we're doing? Dizzy says, Barrows, that's right. Make this an example for the country. We all get along. I agree. You know what? Dallas and I still marvel at how we make an event that says, hey, man, for a really low entry fee, like just enough to just cover this operation of this thing, you can come and grill and bracket race and heads up race and exhibition and burnout contest and have fun with all your friends.
Yeah.
And you can do all of that or just not come to it. And yet people, there's still just like this little 1% that just can't seem to do that without being a problem. I don't understand it. It just,
and you know what the funny thing is that the entry fee for, I used to race a NHRA super gas before I started the AHRA.
Oh boy, look at this.
That entry fee was $300.
Look at this mechanical bull competition. What's the weight limit on that bull? Oh,
I don't know. I guess you guys will have to find out.
We might need to dig into this. No, and there's a, we won't talk about it here, but there's an event that's not even an event. There's this thing that claims it's an event to compete with us that doesn't. It's not actually an event. It has some unknown hundreds of dollars of entry fee. It's spread out over 6 months. And, you know, I got to tell you, $75 for 2 days of everything we're offering is definitely the best value for an entry fee for any event like this ever.
Look what just Mopar Joe just put on there. Did you see it? It went by already. How do I win the in asking for a friend?
The way you win it is you participate in as many things as possible and try to do as well in as many of those things as you can.
Right.
So if you run the bracket, if you run the 28-10-5 tire, if you run the monkey bike, you do the burnout contest, and then you try to do the best you can in any of those. You don't have to win them all. You might not have to win any of them, but you know, the better you do
have
all
a very
of those,
good chance of taking
you
that
have
trophy
a chance of taking that trophy home. So we're 90, I would say we're 90% of the way, almost final on the points structure. Now there's also hidden points given, and there's nothing you can do about that. Obviously you got to show up, but those will disclose, you know, I guess the awards, how all that works out.
Yeah.
But those hidden points aren't stacking the deck for anyone. Basically, what you need to know is everything's going to have some points values associated with it.
Everything.
And the thing is, you get points that way.
Right.
And that's the way it works. So, and we've tried to proportion the points carefully. Like, for example, since the 28-10-5 tire class takes a $100 bill to enter, right? And since obviously there are people with, you know, 5-second cars and 15-second cars.
Right.
We can't weight it the same as we would the bracket, where it's skill based and the speed doesn't matter. So we've tried to really make this point system to where it doesn't respect money, it doesn't respect, you know, that or speed. It's just the people who participate the most have the best chance to win the overall.
That's the easiest way to do it.
And there's only one. There's only one. What is this? Barrow's Garage. They charge $100 for. Yeah. I don't know
he was talking. Barrows was talking about there's some kind of Vegas car show that was $100. That was just a car show.
Okay, so Roy Boy's saying some central place, sending guys help on the road. Colleen Tebow has talked about that too. One thing I will say is we'll talk a little bit about that close to time. With everybody subscribed to each other, if you need help, we can probably try to stay on top of that. Like if somebody makes a post for help where you are, there's probably somebody going to be coming through there.
Right.
I'm sure there's going to be a little bit of a help network, need a little bit of help running it. I know Buzz is looking at convoys. So Big Block 402 wants to get his membership shirt for AHRA. He's joining now. I'm looking at how many shirts you guys are on there?
Probably 2,000.
No, it's not 2,000.
I don't know.
There's a couple hundred.
400
shirts over here I'm looking at on this stack. So as soon as the process, right?
Yeah.
You know, I got to say, I was really shocked at something.
You can get it pretty quick. I'll have it to you by the end of the week if you did it today.
You'll have it in time to wear the Nationals for sure. and hopefully in some videos before then. This is Friday Night Live participation points. We don't get any points for being here. Yeah, they want points for coming to the live at Carlisle. And that, by the way, that was a real treat. I love getting to meet the Nelson family. All of them.
Oh, they show up in Carlisle?
Yes, they were at Carlisle,
cool.
and they were there when we tested the horn and had the spark show and everything.
You know what? I watched their newest video on how to be prepared to go to the dyno, and those guys did a really good job of nailing out all the hangups and the pitfalls for going to the dyno for the first time for the basic person. Because I made every one of those mistakes he's talking about. Oh, I did bring my laptop, but I showed up with a car that wasn't running correctly, and I mean there was like a list. I had an oil leak, and it just went on and on and on and on, right? But yeah, once you get all those little things ironed out, oh, it's a lot of fun.
Big Block 402 is a new AHRA member.
Sweet.
That's cool. That's a good deal. You know what? It is important because this is the sanctioning body for the rest of us. We need to get behind it, okay? If you have a top fuel funny car or a top fuel dragster, okay, another sanctioning body is your sanctioning body. That's great. You're one of those 32 people. But if you're not one of those 32 people, you need a sanctioning body for you.
Yeah.
And that's this one. So for the YouTubers, for you guys, the AHRA is your sanctioning body. So we need to get behind Dallas because I would dare to say that your predecessor as president of the NHRA didn't care about this like you do. It's just not possible.
The AHRA?
Yeah, the AHRA president.
Yeah. I don't know. He probably cared about it. It just didn't go
but I bet he wasn't putting up a banner, you know, for these guys.
I don't know.
I doubt that he was doing for the YouTube community what you're doing, making monkey bike videos for them.
No.
Dallas is so invested in this for you guys. We just don't want to lose him. We want to make sure to support.
Man, you guys are making me feel I'm blushing probably. I'm not that amazing.
Just sunburnt from the lift.
I'm not that amazing. I'm just a regular dude trying to have fun with the regular person stuff, right? I mean, I think everything's got out of hand.
I know, but that's the thing. If it gets away from you, you don't have that anymore. So we got to make sure to keep that.
There's Chris Cox says the AHRA is the best deal in drag racing, and they're running a race this weekend over at Northeast Dragway that they're paying out extra money on top of their bracket program because of the AHRA. Well, thanks, Joe. I try to be good.
Colleen Tebow's pushing Darlington to. Wouldn't that be a good one to
That would be awesome, man.
Colleen, you make that happen. We owe you something.
I'll put on a whole different No Name Nationals over there.
We owe you something if you make that happen. That'd be a good one to get. I've actually never been to the Dragway at Darlington. I've been right by it a few times. Never been there.
I tell you the one that when I was a kid, Darlington was the track. And do they even race NASCAR at Darlington anymore? I don't even know.
I don't know, but I know the town is encroached on.
It used to be the Too Tough to Tame track, and it used to chew tires off the cars.
That's a great track.
I love that race. It was more about the pit crew at that point than it was the car.
And it's smaller on one end than the other. So it's like it really takes a lot of driver concentration. That's a tough track. It's really cool. We need an AHRA track in Texas.
Listen, yeah, that would be badass. Austin says Dallas let us have his run stand for like 4 months, so I feel like I owe him dues. I wouldn't say I'd let you have it. It's just how it ended up, right? Unfortunately, it stayed over there for quite a while. Those guys had to diagnose their motor on it for a while.
Well, I feel bad for what all they had going on with it. I mean, because of their situation. Thumper raced at Darlington in 2005. We rented a track in my car club. Yeah, man, that's cool.
When I was stationed in Charleston. Oh, yeah, that's cool. You were in the Navy? You had to be in the Navy if you were stationed in Charleston.
You know what would really be something awesome? If you got Darlington to be an AHRA track and you booked in a pro mod race.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be cool? It would be pretty neat. Tell me how I can help you there. Well, yeah, tell Ryan how he can help find you a Texas AHRA track.
Well, the hardest thing is going to be, first off, you need to find a track generally that is unsanctioned, okay, that would be that has a good bracket program, that would like to better their bracket program. The biggest problem I have is when a track is unsanctioned, they don't generally want to be sanctioned. And that's because the other sanctioning body burned all the bridges with them, right? Like they literally, look how this works. They charge a track like $1,200, $1,500, $1,800 a year. They'll never show up at the track, and all you get is a sign. Well, if you ask the guys, like say at Northeast, Chris Cox is on here. I've already been out their track this year 3 times. 2 times. And I'm planning on being out there 4 more times this year. 3 more times this year. 3. Actually, everybody got 5 this year. So I show up, I pay money on top of their races. Nobody else does that. But it's a tough go at it when you're trying to make things that are different. It's not your normal run of the mill. And you have to change people's mindsets on what they already think the sanctioning body does, which in this case, these guys have run this in the ground and they charge them money and deliver them nothing. Right. So
Blake, if you could, or one of the mods, Blake, Joe, Andy, any of you guys, could post a link for Scott at Heaven's Mopar's channel, because he is still at 488. He and Buck are close. It'd be nice to get both of those guys to 500
over
before
tonight.
Yeah, because we're going to go live after this to celebrate. Or if they still need some subs, we'll get them. The main thing is that everybody makes it, and those guys certainly deserve it. And by the way, if you're not watching what's going on at Heaven's Mopars, first of all, that project he's got is going on great. It's going great over there.
Sweet.
And his videos, I talked to him today, his videos are a little bit behind. So he's farther ahead on that car than what you're seeing. And that car is coming together.
That's cool.
All right.
Yeah.
So, and we'll talk about that later on the live, but you want to be seeing that. Okay. Follow that build.
Punisher Lamont's Garage says he's now an AHRA member.
Excellent. Thank you.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Well, and he's going to be at No Name Nationals as well.
I'm telling you, and just, I'm not saying this is Dallas is here. He knows that. People like Dallas don't grow on trees. They don't come along often.
We do.
You got not at all.
Dallas tree.
Yeah.
That's how I'm a pod.
Here's the thing. Dallas, what other sanctioning body president is doing this live with you guys, for you guys, events for you guys, sanctioned event, sanctioned national event, just for YouTubers, okay? It's not like they're booking in talent to entertain fans. No, you guys are the show. You're the show. You guys are the AHRA equivalent of NHRA's top fuelers.
That's kind of how I always looked at it. Was these guys are doing amazing stuff that people aren't seeing on a regular basis because it's not being pushed, right? And this is where all the neat things grow out of. Like, look at Ken from Tall Garage was chopping up an LS head to put on a 300 Ford, right?
That's amazing.
No one else was doing that. Well, now there's probably 4 or 5 people doing that, right? Because Ken did all the homework. But that's the kind of things that need to get out to see the world. That's where hot rodding thrived. And it's somewhere around 1989, it just pretty much died off. And people just went out and bought everything they could to have what they wanted, right? Well, that's not how it always works. We got to keep the hobby alive. We got to keep the people that really understand what it's about going.
Andrew Nelson says, put your extra money up on the start line. Just saying. You tell them. Nelsons are such good people. They're such good people. It is a joy knowing them. Great people.
What is it?
Buck's got 3 to go.
Oh, I was gonna say. Oh, never mind. I thought Max Wedge was, or Dick Dastardly was 3 away.
Buck does it. It's got 3 to go. He's apparently at 497. Heaven's Mopars is close. I don't see Scott in here, but I know he's within 12 at least. Buff Del Campo's looking forward to Kim's bike. Me too.
I want to see how that thing runs.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
I really do want to see how that runs.
Yes, Colleen. Yes, there's the dragway and there's a circle track. I would love to go to the dragway there. I've never been. It'd be really cool. Punisher Le Mans is the 28 by 10.5 Class F. I'm assuming he means full. No, it's not. Yeah. In fact, and I think I've got 3.
Oh, there you go. Buck's at his 500.
I think I've got 3 confirmations and more will come. I know there's more people want in on it. There's just 3 have sent me an email. I think last time I looked while I was sitting here. Buck's at 501, so Buck is in. That means Buck is the 30th channel to cross the line. 30 channels have done it. And
That's
Heaven's
just for the
Mopars,
no-name 500.
Just for the no-name 500. Oh, there's lots of others that already had their subs.
Right.
That's just the no-name 500s, 30 channels across the line. Buck does it. Way to go, man. You did it. Yep. And Punisher Le Mans, you're really close too. So Heaven's Mopars is in the lead. There we go. Heaven's Mopars listening, just can't respond, but he's really close. It'd be really cool if both of those guys made it and we just go to celebrate, short live to celebrate with those guys. Yep. Hey, Wendy, leave it to Wendy English. She told me Buck does it at 500. So there you go.
Buck did it.
Buck did it. Congratulations.
There's Buck himself. Thank you. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we're helping. Listen, we're helping JB. Okay, but we look at what did you say? You got to shoot the wolf closest to the sled.
Right.
So we're looking at it like that. JB, he's within 100. He's over 400 subs. He's getting there.
He'll make it plenty of time.
He's going to make it. JB's going to make it. Okay. Next is Heaven's Mopar, and guys can leapfrog each other. So let me just look at the run order while we're at it. I mean, why not?
The one that I know,
Punisher Le Mans is now running second behind Heaven's Mopars.
The one that I'm worried about, that I want there to be there the most out of the group that's still left, is Dizzy Izzy. Right, that guy.
Yeah,
he actually hangs out and races at the drag strip in Sykeston. So of course I would know the guy. I go to the tracks 4 or 5 times a year, and I want to see this guy make it.
And it doesn't matter what order you get your subs in. What matters is that you get them. Okay. Heaven's Mopars is at 493.
Oh man, who's
seven
gonna be
more.
Who's going to be the next 7?
So with 7 more, and then we'll have 31. 31 will have crossed the line. And if you've already subbed, tell your friends. Tell your friends that, Heaven's Mopar is a good channel, and check it out. Here's the thing. I never tell anybody to subscribe to anyone's channel. I say go check it out. And if they earn your sub, subscribe. And he earned my sub. What he's doing is really cool. Go watch his. Go look at his collection, his stuff. Who wouldn't want to subscribe to Heaven's Mopar?
And if you haven't got any more friends left, go friend Dakota's Timeout. He's got like 93 accounts. Yeah. And he will Dakota Timeout friend you, Dakota Time In friend you, sub you. And
you can do this honest. You can do this honest. Everybody can. But see, you beat Scott by 7. And by the way, Barrow's Garage, as of 2 days ago, passed me on subs. His channel's now bigger than mine. Barrow's Garage is at.
Oh, see, he killed it with a short too. He said, right?
Yeah. Yep. So Barrow's Garage is moving on and up.
I need a sub 2 still.
If you want to, Heaven's Mopars, Big Block 402. If you want to see a stock car at the No Name Nationals, check out Outfits Garage. Yes, so Russell over at Outfits Garage is building a round track car for the Dragway. It's cool. Go check it out. Check that out. Heaven's Mopars 494. Scott's got to make it. He should make it next. Buck is in. Let's get Scott in. He's at 495. So
I'm already subbed. Yeah.
Why don't you mute that? We're going to play. He'll be there as a spectator, Buff Del Campo, but that's just this year. If you do radiator videos,
man, you would kill it.
Hey, Buff, you want to do a Roadrunner radio? A Roadrunner radiator?
Think about it. There's not a lot of radiator shops left out there today.
No,
right?
They all closed.
And I bet you that would be one of those things. If you showed people how to do that, they would be in love with the videos.
So what Bear Rose is talking about, if you don't know, and I hate to say this because it almost spoils it for me. When I need to call one of these guys whom I haven't called before, and they don't know who it is, I usually ask if their garage, does Barrow's Garage install transmissions? I have an 84 Ford Tempo with a bad transmission, and I don't know if Barrow's Garage will install it for me. That's the running joke. Yeah, Heaven's Mopars, go check it out. That's a really cool build he's doing there, and he is rocking on that build too. So he's surging. So if I have no content but 500 subs, I'm good to go. But you have content. You have some content. I've seen it. RP Download, by the way, used to be SRP. Actually, he was
really?
RP Dynalo. Then he became SRP for some reason. Then he went back to RP Dynalo because I don't think anybody knew either one of them was. And I don't know what he's got going on there. If I have no content but 500 subs, yeah, if you have 500 subs, you're good to go.
That's where the 500 sub thing. We're not trying to screw anybody. That's just
It's
where
really easy.
If you look at it, YouTube recognizes you as a content creator. You get a community tab at 500 subs, right?
Yep.
And that's where they recognize that you put in the work to be a content creator.
So I'm hearing they're both at 500. Well, let me look.
Huh?
I'm seeing 495 for Heaven's Mopars.
Well, Mexican Spec is saying so. Your live is canceled now, John. Both are
it's
at
not
500.
it's not canceled. We'll go over there and celebrate. But I just refreshed this, and I'm still seeing Heaven's Mopars at 495 right now. I mean, that's what I'm seeing. Yeah, 495 on his channel. So once I see it, once I screenshot it, it's good. Buffdale campus says he loved the early Valiants since they were new in 1960. Buff, have you been around since 1960?
He says he was 6 years old, 1960.
Bad Tree Productions, he says 490. Yeah, see, I see 495 for
Heaven's Mopars.
Mexican Spec might buy a Tempo if it was stick shift ever and automatic. I got to tell you, those cars with automatic were bad. They were rough.
Well, and see, and that was the thing is the 80s. If you wanted something that was reliable, you got a stick car.
Yeah, transmissions hit a low spot in there because the best transmissions ever made were made in like the 60s and 70s. Those were just great transmissions.
And those in the 80s were a derivative of those.
Yeah, generally. But what they tried to do is they tried to fix stuff that wasn't broken.
Right.
They put all this electronic garbage on them, and you saw de-evolution. Transmissions devolved in the 80s and 90s.
I'm sure they could have saved a lot of money by just bolting the gear vendors on those good 3-speed transmissions.
But I'm telling you, they made them overcomplicated. And you know what? We got to ride with Dallas's high technology out in Sykeston. We took the Suburban with the Buick 400 and has the switch pitch TH400.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
1967 drivetrain in a 1985 truck.
Yeah. It was cool. 14 miles a gallon.
Yeah.
Rides great. No problems. But what's funny is, and I mentioned this on Mr. Rodders Live this morning, we roll up to the gas station. I jump out and putting gas in. He jumps under the hood. He's making carburetor adjustments and everything, trying to get his hypermile tune in it before taking it on the trip. It was actually pretty cool.
Well, I had literally, when John and I decided to take this trip in the Suburban, I hadn't driven it any further than the videos that you have seen me do when I did the switch pitch install. And I had changed the carburetor to a tune-up from a 403 Oldsmobile. And we hadn't driven it. I hadn't driven it further than probably 10 miles. And here we are jumping it, drive 4 hours, right? It's like, this thing is getting terrible gas mileage. We could smell the gas as we're driving. And we're like, okay, I need to lean it out a bit. Yeah. So, and that's what I kept doing the whole way until we got to it. Let's see, on the way there was 13.6. On the way back was...
Oh, it was 13.8 something.
Oh, 13.8.
But it was 14.2. So it averaged right at 14 for the whole trip.
Okay.
So 14 was the trip average. Precision Transmissions is a good channel. That's a good one to check out. Lots of good stuff. So First Responder here is saying he decided to get rid of the electronics and get a CRT. I'm assuming Cope Racing transmission, reverse manual valve body. Yes, those are outstanding valve bodies.
He says it's pretty. It makes me want to put a clear transmission pan on.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But who's going to be looking at the bottom?
I'm telling you what, those valve bodies are a work of art.
Are they really?
Oh, have you never seen one?
No.
Oh my gosh. You know what?
Oh, Andrew Nelson says they just subbed Heaven's Mopars is at 496 now.
Yep.
Buck Duded, Punisher, you'll be top dog when Heaven's Mopar hits 500.
These valve bodies, this is just a random image search for one. I mean,
yeah,
he does them in house, and they're all billet. I mean, so this is what we're talking about. So John Cope, who you see on here, John Cope Racing Transmissions, he's a member. He's a bona fide member of our community. He just happens to be, like the king of Christ for automatic transmissions. But he's a member of our community. These are the valve bodies this guy makes. These are his. He makes these. These have got to be the finest transmission valve bodies for torque flight.
You know what's funny is that kind of looks like an overhead picture of a golf course with a building on it.
It's just they're beautiful. You don't want to put them and bury them in the transmission. Heavens Mopars 497. Excellent. Looks like they're both going to get there. You going to ride under the car? I don't know. I might ride under the car just to look at that.
That valve body, that was pretty nice.
They're very, very nice pieces.
In my, to be fair, you guys were talking about 455s. My Suburban had a 455 in it. Now has a 400 Buick. I was trying to see. I needed an engine that was rebuildable, and that 400 kind of fit the bill. And then so I thought maybe the 400 might get a little bit better mileage, but it's about the same as the 455.
Just got to put this up just because. Just because I'm not in my studio doesn't mean I don't have my orange paper.
Yeah, and what's funny is we didn't even put it up until somebody mentioned it, right?
That's right, but people ask every live now. They do. They asked on Wednesday. They ask now. I'll tell you who never asks. Brinker, Dust Devil Garage. He's never the one that asks.
But he knows what the day is, probably.
He knows.
Daddy's Money Garage says, meanwhile, I'm here making shifter rods out of stainless steel all thread. That's cool.
Yeah, that's great.
And you know what? Speaking of that, Austin, I need to borrow something from you guys. I need to get those keys you had for the Mallory dual point to set the mechanical advance. You had the keys for that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Nelsons did break a lot of stuff. It's the way it goes. But that 48 is the 48. And here's the thing. Let me tell you straight up. I want the Nelsons to be there.
Yeah.
Their cars are a nice bonus. But what's important is that they're there. So whatever you get together, whatever you bring, we're happy to see.
That's the whole thing.
That's it.
You know, your content creators first and car guys second, or however you want to look at it.
Let me tell you something. For somebody that's all about the commercial value of this, and if anybody who gauges this event on money and they have that as their gauge, let me tell you, I would rather have somebody with 500 subscribers who doesn't bring their car than have somebody with some big draw of a car that doesn't have their subscribers, because that's not what the event is for. The event is for the content creators. And you know what? The more content creators we get who are cool people like you guys, the more of you who come to this event. Then next year, the more your friends see what you're doing and want to do what you're doing. And that's how the event grows. Oh, so I don't want to compromise it.
Buff's asking me, what radiator do I want? Please save all old radiators. Buff, I've saved every radiator. Don't worry about that.
Buff, I've got lots of radiators.
I have a 70 stage 1 radiator that probably needs to be patched up.
Buff, I've got several that need done. I'll tell you what they are. Okay, so in 1994 or 5, or maybe, I don't know, 95, I'm driving my 70 Swinger down Bluefield Avenue, or College Avenue in Bluefield, and the motor mount broke on the driver's side, and the fan just launched a radiator. And I had a really nice 3-core radiator in that thing, and about 7 or 8 tubes got cut in half. And I really want to put that radiator back in the car. I have a 2-core radiator out of a Duster in it now, and I want to put that back. It keeps it cool. The air conditioning may go back on someday. I'd like to put the radiator back in it that came out of it. So that's one of them. Another one is I want the radiator done for my Roadrunner. I've got 2 Roadrunner radiators. I don't even know which one goes in this car. One's AC, one's not. So I've got some radiators to be done.
Well, I tell you what we need to do. John Wilburn here cheers on everyone on this channel and asks nothing for himself. But John has the opportunity to buy a legit 1966 Hemi, 426 Hemi.
Andy Wood was poking on that.
You guys need to cheer John on and help him out buying this 1966 426 Hemi.
Won't accept it. Here's the thing, though. So Andy Wood kind of pokes at me. It was kind of funny. He sent me some pictures. It's a October 1966. I'm looking for one that will probably eventually find its way into the Roadrunner. Before I die, I want to do a second gen Hemi. Okay, but I want to do one that's pretty original style. Okay, nothing blown or crazy. Eventually, I will. They're not cheap. Eventually, I'll do it. But no, not asking for anything. You guys don't want anything from you guys. What I want to do is give you guys the best stage possible. That's what I want to do. Biter, I'm calling Cody. Cody will crush it. Your boy Cody there will crush it. The auto salvage y'all, these guys are awesome.
I think that 426 Hemi needs to be in the Roadrunner.
Joe Brennan, well, one of these years.
Needs to be in
a 2-core aluminum radiator in my 72 F250 runs. I'm telling you, there's a lot of hot rodders who would love to have radiators done. Buff Del Campo, if you want to do some radiators, I would love to get with you and do some content. Make a channel. We'll put it on your channel. Tell you what, how about this, Buff, if you're watching still? Do a radiator and let's get your channel together. And we'll do a live with you to talk about your channel and my channel. How's that for a win-win, right?
Yeah, and then Buff gets a whole bunch of subs.
Buff gets a bunch of content to jumpstart his base, and I get to come down and hang out with Buff. That's number one. And also somebody who I trust.
He's such a good dude. I haven't seen him since,
right?
Yeah, I haven't seen him since the meet and greet at Tony Shop, what, a year and a half ago or 2 years ago?
Close tube centers and high fin cans. Close tube centers. Yeah. But Buff, I'd love to talk with you about that. Seriously, I've got several old Chrysler radiators I would never get rid of, but they need some help. And they're worth it.
Don English says Buff can run my monkey bike. Problem solved. I don't think Buff is even going to be
Buff
back in the area.
Buff, are you? Yeah, Buff's coming.
Is he going to be at No Name Nationals? Oh, sweet.
He registered under an alias, but he's going to be there.
He registered under Duff Bel Campo.
He registered under an alias, but he's going to be there.
Yeah, Duff Bel Campo. That's what I would register.
You got to have 500 subs though. That's the thing. Here's the thing about the 500 subs. See, because this is a new event, Heaven's Mopar is at $4.99. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about the 500 subs. It's a thing this year. And
you know what? I'll log in as AHRA and there we go.
Driving from Oregon to the No Name Nationals. Look at that. Yeah, Buff's coming from Oregon. All right, man. Buff is awesome. Buff is a great guy, by the way. Yeah, so man, derailed my train of thought. That's
sorry.
No, I got excited about Heaven's Mopars making it. Pasture side front's cracked. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Heaven's Mopars is 500. Unfinished project says Heaven's Mopars is at 500. All righty. Let me refresh the page.
I'm already subbed.
Let me
I'm already
save
subbed as AHRA on there. So I just unsubbed. Oh, Heavens is at 500?
He got it. He got it. So I'm going to save that right now. And there we go. So 30 and 31 just crossed the finish line. And
Joe Brennan says if Buff can do it, I might as well.
Yep.
May as well come on down to the No Name Nationals.
Telling you what, it's going to be a great time. We'll have a great time. We're going to have a great time. And you know what? We have really found out in this process who the really cool people are in this community.
Yeah.
And we have found out who the really uncool people are in this community. We have found both. We have found out the people who are selfless.
The makers.
We have found the people who are selfish.
Yeah, the makers and the fakers.
And we found out who the dreamers and the doers are, and we've separated those piles now. This event has done a lot to show us who people really are, for the better and the worse. And I got to say, the best part is that it turns out 99% have been awesome.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't trade this experience for anything. Sometimes it's really trying, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. And all of you guys will make it worth it. That's why we, that makes it. I got to tell you, yesterday was a tough day, right? Like Dallas was the Betty White who needed the Snickers bar in the commercial yesterday for about the first hour doing the billboard. But you know what? Seeing the billboard come together, looking at the responses you guys had to the billboard, looking at all this excitement you guys had, it just changed the whole day. It was a really uplifting thing.
That I'm telling you right now, that is one hard job. And for those people that put that stuff up,
yes,
man, my hat's off to you. I have never done anything like that before. But when John and I went to lift it up, and that thing probably weighed every bit of 150 pounds, and I'm trying to pull it up with one arm.
on the
and
bucket.
then hold it in place so I can put screws in it. It was a whole new meaning and experience to your life sucks, right? So that was a tough job, and I got pissy about it because it was really, really hard.
I gotta say, when we saw the results, and more important than seeing the results was seeing you guys' reaction to it.
Yeah, that was the big.
That made everything.
Yeah.
We got like 99 great comments and one, but you know what? Again, the 99 and 1% rules are in full effect. And check this out. For those of you who weren't here earlier when I showed you, look at that thing. That billboard is massive. Dallas is better than 6 feet tall. And I mean, that billboard is huge. You can see it from I-55 going right up beside the interstate. It's on the track property. It's legit. That billboard is massive.
I had to, yesterday was quite the experience because it was a learning experience for JLG lift. I'd never driven one in my life. And I thought it was just going to be easy with a couple of joysticks. If you've ever seen the inside of heavy equipment, it's just a couple of joysticks, usually in levers, right? No, not this thing. It's got switches and knobs and cutouts and safety cutouts.
I have to mute the sound for this. I have to mute the sound for this, but I've got video of Dallas. I gotta fix it. Hold on a minute. I can fix this. So let me.
Well, thanks, Colleen. Yeah, it was a tough job. I don't want to do it again.
Hang on a minute. I'm going to show you guys some of this because it was really interesting. So.
Big Block 402 says, I've driven JLGs for the last 13 years from 20 feet to 135.
You would have done it a lot better than what we did.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, I am not a JLG lift driver. Austin says he crashed a scissor lift once. Well, I tell you, that thing was tough to do.
Now, I can't play the audio from this, but
there's not a lot of good audio.
The audio. Well, there's all kinds of good audio on there. But anyway, this is Dallas trying to figure out the lift. Okay, now look. So first of all, he's in the bucket. I'm in the bucket with him. We got the banner down at our feet, and he's trying to the actual
started. I think right.
Yeah, the wheels are way out in front of him there. Okay, so look where the wheels. See that? Now that's what you're driving. Okay, and so we're just driving this thing along. Now look at the pace this thing drives. That it's driving full speed right there. That's how slow this thing is. It's that slow. Like you could hop up and moonwalk on top of those tires while it's driving. That's the speed at which it goes. Now, is that your trailer over there beside it?
No.
Okay. So this is. Let me see here. I'm gonna try something.
Well, Mexican Specky says, I would pay somebody to do that. No heights for me. Yeah, I tell you what, I would rather pay for somebody too, but I didn't have any money to pay him. So John and I did it ourselves.
This worked out great. So this was in the pits. We get there. There's Kyle Kelly's rig. Fresh off some testing.
Look at that. Look, Big Block 402 says they have a high gear if you scope it all the way in. If we would have moved the boom all the way in, they got a high gear.
It was almost all the way in, but it wasn't. That's okay. It was fun. It only took us about, 18 minutes to drive from one side of the pits to the other. It worked good. It worked fine. Yeah. It was fun. High gear is dangerous on unlevel ground. Oh, yeah, man. Some of that ground's not level. We were driving through the pits and stuff with it.
Yeah, and it was bouncing around just as it was.
It was fun. It was a fun little trip.
Buff Del Campo says, I crashed an airplane in an air show in Kerrville, Texas once. I was okay. That was 32 years ago. That's my crash history. Yeah, you don't need another one, Buff. Look, it's Dakota's Time In.
Dakota's Time In / Robert E. Lee. Yes. So so we've got, look at all the legends we have in the comments. We have David Allen Coe, Robert E. Lee, right?
Right. Don English.
Yeah.
Don English is a legend among men. Thumper says he crashed a lathe once.
You crashed a lathe?
Man.
Okay, I got to go for you. So a friend of mine has a lathe. and he thinks the best place to store the key is in the chuck. And now, how many times do you think he's turned that lathe on and thrown the key across the room, missing his face? It's the dumbest, dangerous thing ever, storing the key in a lathe chuck. Because that thing gets turned on, you got this thing that weighs a half a pound of solid steel like a projectile right at your face.
And then it goes instant 0 to 500 RPM.
And he's done it more than once. He's done it more than once, and he still stores it there. It drives me nuts. One time I was walking through his shop and I saw the key in the lathe chuck. I just took it out and set it on top.
David Allen
and he walked by and said, "Oh man, I don't want to lose that." I'm like, "I don't want you to lose some teeth."
What would be even worse is if he tied it to the lathe chuck.
Oh yeah, that'd be like a mace. Yeah, never exactly. Dangerous.
See, there's Dizzy. Izzy is actually Barclay Schmidt is the guy that we met yesterday.
Yeah.
John and I met up with him yesterday. And Barclay's a great
dude.
Yeah.
But Barclay's cool. He's cool. Barclay's cool. BTP guys work at heights. Yeah, man. The height doesn't bother me. It's the unlevel stuff to stand on. Like, for instance, I've been parasailing. I've been in some high stuff. The height doesn't bother me. But I don't like being on an angle. It's like sliding on my feet, like on a roof. I would get on a flat roof that's up 10 stories before I'd want to be 2 stories on a roof that's like a Cape Cod.
That JLG lift is the weirdest feeling that you'll ever have because it's like being unstable on your feet because the thing is never solidly mounted, right? It's literally bouncing like this every time you move, take a step, wave your arm, and it just feels so weird. I mean, it screws with my equilibrium like something fierce.
Oh, yeah, it moves a lot. It's like you're surfing. It's got to wear your core out, too.
My shoulders were sore this morning, actually. I don't know if that was more or less just from pulling on that on the banner.
Yeah. We had to really – so when you put that banner up, you got to get it kind of tacked in place. Then you got to relieve it and take it out, move it some more. And it's tough. And plus, too, you can't ever get it perfectly flat because – between the billboard itself and the banner, they're not cut completely square. You can't. It's not possible. Like it's not actually square. If you were to measure the banner corner to corner, I guarantee you those numbers would be off probably 5-6 inches. So you can't get it perfect, but you can get it close. If you look at the banner on the other side, I think ours actually looked a little better than the one on the other side.
But the other one's been up there for
the other one's been up there a while too. Yeah, but we did the best we could possibly do with it. Buff's driving to Oregon and then to the No Name Nationals. Yeah, man, we look forward to seeing you. We're actually at the 2-hour mark, and you know what? I'm content to hang out, but I'll say this: we're supposed to go live here in about a half an hour with Buck Does It and with Heaven's Mopars. And I could actually do this one of 2 ways. We can either hang out for about another half hour and I can just put them on this stream, or I can start another stream. So I think at this point, just to have them on and celebrate, we could just drag them on here.
Yeah, we could. I mean, they were in the chat. I mean, we could actually start it up a little early if we wanted.
Well, Buck was clocking out of work. He was watching Mark. He's running home. Buck will be home in about a half hour.
Sweet.
That's the deal. Buck works second shift. Big Block 402 just bought 2 AHRA posters and a sticker. Thanks, man.
Oh, sweet, man. I really appreciate that. You know, and that's John and I were talking about that. Isn't Big Block 402 out of Arkansas area, right? And
yeah.
We were talking about how big the Arkansas
group was.
There's a
lot of depth of talent
but
there.
Yes, the amount of talent coming out of that group is just insane.
Man, Big Block 402. Big Mike's Hoopty Barn lives on the Missouri side. He's from Arkansas. Just Mopar Joe.
Yeah.
Cletus. There's just all kinds of. I guess you guys are Arkansans. Wouldn't that be your demonym?
Well, they're the heavy hitters of the Ozark area, right?
Yeah. He's only 120 miles from Sykeston.
Yeah. Oh, so he's just.
This is a home game
Arkansas,
for you.
Yeah.
This is a home game for you. I guess you're coming up Friday morning, or are you going to come down to the cruise on Thursday night? You're welcome to, even though you're not a long hauler. You're still welcome to come cruise.
Yeah, anyone can come up here.
Y'all. Yeah, I don't know. The Corn Yankees, y'all is not part of their native vocabulary.
No.
Thank you, Colleen. Appreciate it. Oh, and Colleen, about the wheels. Colleen messaged me about some wheels. I might do some 15-7s. I don't know. Is he later? Yep. So here's the deal. We always have a 2-hour time slot, and so we're past that now. We're past 10. I'm going to get Scott. Scott, if you're in here, we'll go ahead and get you on. I'm going to send him a message, and you going to stick around a minute?
I'm going to take 5 and grab something to drink.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good.
And I'll be right back.
Yep. I'm going to message Scott, and we'll
give my kids a big hug and
yeah.
I'll be right back now.
Yeah. There we go. Let's wake up Scott here. All right, see if I can do this. Gotta dig out the StreamYard link. Won't take me but a second. Takes me a minute. I can't watch what I'm doing while I do it. There we go. Yep. And now Buck, get them the link. All right. Got it. Sing us a song, John. No, you know what? No, but you know what song kind of gets stuck in my head? Dallas Loves his Leonard Skinner. So that's what I'm hearing. White Trash Motorsports, how you doing, man? You came up in conversation a little bit earlier on this live. Danny Boyd, Waylon Jennings. He always had a cool logo. Yeah, AHRA's got 2 shows. Yes, don't let me forget. It's a logistics thing. That not like any super urgent. I'm gonna use Siri. Check this out. Sunday at 10 a.m. Remind me to call Irish Outlaw Garage. All right. There. Now my phone won't let me forget. Yeah. Yeah, that's Dallas's jam right there. I bet I've heard Curtis Lowe 5 times this last couple of days. This is Dallas's office. This is where all the work happens. This is just like a backdrop back here. Last time we did a live from his office, we did it from over there, but his garage where all the Mr. Rodder's neighborhood debauchery goes on is just outside of here. So I got to tell you, as much as I'm a Mopar guy, I'm really digging this Buick Super Stalker he's got. The 63 Buick Special is a really cool little car. I really think if I was going to have a GM, it might be that. It is really cool. Thumper says, I'm an AHRA member now too. Right on. I got to tell you, Dallas works so hard for you guys. Really, he does. I really want to see this community help him help them, because what you do goes into everything he does for our community. I mean, working out the deal with the track, working out the deal with the schedule. These are all really important things. Making sure we can get track prep, all of this stuff. There's a lot of stuff he does. More of what Dallas does is behind the scenes than the stuff I do. The stuff I do is more directly relatable to the YouTube stuff, but what he does is really important. And he also, of course, enjoys the YouTube stuff and the content creation, engaging with you guys like that. But there's a lot of stuff Dallas does that nobody sees and gets no credit for. So supporting the AHRA is a big deal. While we're waiting for the celebration, mostly old parts and Rust and Punisher Le Mans are 42 away. Boy, I'll tell you what, it'd be something else. If we got, we've never gotten 4 channels in on the same day. It hadn't happened. The most we've gotten in is 3. Most we've ever gotten in is 3. JB needs subs. Yes, Hippie Miller, he does. Here's the thing. This is what I found doing this. Yeah, according JB needs subs, and I'm a JB's little shop fan. JB is a really, really good guy. I think a lot of him. I actually, one night, just out of the blue, I sent this to JB. You can see this. I've got my paper up, and what's on the paper, if it doesn't focus that tight, it says, "You're going to make it, JB." And JB sent me back, he and Lars sent me back this. They have a piece of paper that says, "We'll be there." So, we want to help him. But what I found is that when you try to focus on all the channels at one time, it doesn't work. So what I'm trying to do is put my most promotion effort into the people that are the closest or the people who need it the most. And so what we're trying to do is the best strategy possible to get as many people, to help as many people make it to 500 as we possibly can. That's the strategy. And it's working. 31 teams have made it. 31 channels have made it so far from the No Name 500. And JB's going to make it. But tonight, Buck does it cross the finish line. Heavens Mopar's crossed the finish line. And now Punisher Lamons is in striking distance. Dude Mopar's in striking distance. JB's in striking distance. So that's, what we're trying to do. Yes, LB Bruins deserves your subs. Yeah, I'll tell you, it's a kind words, but here's the thing. He's an interesting guy. You should check out what he's doing. Very, very interesting, especially when he discusses things about history. Neat guy, neat channel. Check him out. We really want to see him take his Newport down the track once in Sykeston. That'd be pretty cool. I'm having good issues. Okay, it's easy. Click on the link and check out your mic and everything. And when I see you appear in the studio, we'll let you in. Mongrels. There's another guy that crossed the No Name 500 finish line. And he made a celebratory video that was so cool. I thought that was really cool. LB, Vince, thanks for stopping in, man. NSB Custom Cars, glad you're bringing a tire changer. That's going to be a huge help because people are going to need it. LB is in Leroy Brown? No, I think it's the name of his high school. His name is Vince. Good fellow. I got to say, the overwhelming majority of all of you guys, and pretty much everybody here, of course, but the overwhelming majority of the community is fantastic. Like every group of people you get together, there's always those few that make you question, why in the world you do this. But the overwhelming majority, there's a higher percentage of awesome people in this community than probably any other you're ever going to find. Where else can you get a place that big a percentage is so good? Nowhere else. It's a wonderful community. SRP is in lobbying distance. Well, come on, man. If you'd registered, you'd already been there. You had 400 and some a while back. SRP, if you'd have registered, you'd be over 500 months ago. Just for the awareness. Patrick, you take beers in exchange. Nah, I love how you guys are all sticking together and doing what you're doing. The automotive content creator community of YouTube has just never been tighter and help each other more and closer than now. It's wonderful. It's wonderful to see. The amount of support in this community is unreal, Mongrel says. Yes, it is. This event has brought out the best and the worst in everybody. It's brought out people's generosity, their stinginess, whether they are kind and good under pressure or they get mean under pressure. It's shown you what people have in them. And you know what? Even after that, we can still say that the 99% are awesome. And so that says a lot. That when tested, this community has such an overwhelming percentage of awesome people. That tells us that this event was the right thing to do. And the thing is, as Blake says, community, not competition. Careful, Blake, that might get ripped off. This event, like the people who've already decided that this event is terrible, who like are detractors and whatnot, there's nothing that's going to make it successful. Nothing. They've already decided that they don't want it to be. They've already decided they're going to troll it in videos and that kind of stuff. And the people who want to go to meet their fellow content creators, they're going to make it successful. They're the ones who are going to make it successful. This event is a win. It's a win. I mean, how can it not be? I mean, all these channels to get to come together and meet and enjoy each other's company, and then just happen to put on a fantastic show. Yeah, what's not to like? Irish Outlaw Garage, new AHRA member, Dallas will sure appreciate that. So we changed out signs at one of the buildings at Jeffords. We're putting up fresh signage out there, pieces at a time. And there's one sign that's pretty cool. It's really weathered. It's been there for years. And it's a sign off the 660 saloon. It's nice and weathered. And I said, hey, where's that sign going? I knew it, Dallas. This is on your wall. He knew what I wanted. So I'm going to have a nice, cool, old weathered AHRA sign on my wall. So I agree. You know what? This event is so successful. It's successful before it even happens, because look, even if the event never even happened, look what all you already have. All these channels that have started, all of these people have gotten together. They're all sharing. They help each other with parts. And what it's done for the community is fantastic. It's like the event is just a celebration of that. That's all it is. The win is before we even get there. Getting there is how we celebrate what it's already done, what you guys have already done. I mean, that's all we did is we picked the time and the place and giving you guys the best stage possible. That's it. You guys are the ones that are doing all this, making it happen.
Strawberry lemonade or peach nectar?
Your choice.
Whichever one you want, John.
I'll do strawberry. All right. You can't lose it either. It's good. It's real good. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Max Wage Dick Dasher says he hopes the No Name Nationals isn't on the last week of September next year. Well, we'll see. Remember, this was our backup date. So there's a good chance we'll move it a little bit. But remember, this was our backup date. 113 cycles. It's going to be a cool event. Yeah, I agree. And I'm glad you popped in here. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
Peach schnapps? No, it's peach nectar. Can't do schnapps, man. I'm telling you, I'd be peeing off the roof of my house, flipping off the neighbors.
Do you think Outfits Garage will make it with his dirt track car? Yes, I do.
I hope he does.
He's going to.
He needs to prove a point.
He's so close. He's going to make it. He's so close. He's going to make it.
Yeah, Thumper said that he's been trying to grow his channel for the last 4 years, and this motivated him to do it. And he's done an excellent job.
Yep.
He's done an excellent job.
Yep. Well, Outfits Garage, here's the thing. He has recently stepped up his game, and his stuff is looking really good.
Yeah.
And he's going to make it. So if the channel could get to 400, we can pretty much try to put on a drive and say, look, all of you guys get together, reach out to your friends on Facebook and all your non-traditional channels outside of YouTube. And what happens is we usually get enough people to say, oh, that's cool. I didn't know about that. So when they get over 400, we can pretty much help out and help them get the rest of the way. Talk to Cletus. Cletus that way. Yeah, Cletus is visiting Eric the Destroyer out there. Yeah, I saw that. Cletus is kind of our ambassador.
Cletus is?
Yeah.
Well, he's doing a dang good job representing.
Yeah, he is. We like Cletus. Big Block 402. If I don't have a beard at the No Name Nationals, will anybody know who I am? No, they will not. You're known for that beard.
Thumper the Sweaty Fat Guy says whiskey equals gonna We gonna fight in the parking lot. Tequila, fast way to get a girl's shirt off. Moonshine, waking up in somebody's yard naked. But the one that always gets me is gin. Gin is like I wake up in jail and I don't know how I got there, kind of stuff.
By the way, Big Block 402, Stephen there. Understand, we talked about the truck thing, and we've already got a lot going on this. We're trying not to crowd the schedule with different things. As far as the trucks, this is what we'll say. Put on a show with the trucks. Try to steal the show with the trucks, and guess what? More people want to bring trucks next year, and we very well may do a truck thing.
Yeah, and
that's the way to do it.
The truck thing, we talked about it. I mean, there is some really high quality trucks that are going to be at the No Name Nationals this year. The problem is you don't have enough to make any kind of specific event, and then the trucks are so across the gambit that it would be, if you did a heads up event, it'd be one truck run away from the whole thing, right? If you did a bracket event, it would kind of take away from the bracket event that we already have. And so it's better to probably, if we're going to do something, focus it for next year to try to get something wrangled for the trucks.
Yeah, that's probably going to be a thing. And by the way, Battery Productions guys, they're wanting to do their own CUDA Cup event. They got some Barracudas there. It's similar situation. But as far as that goes, we don't want to do something favoring one make like that specifically.
Right. That's narrowing it down too much for you, I think.
Yeah.
But if you want to make a trophy and hand it out to the guy that wins your CUDA Cup, that's no problem. We have no issues with that at all. Matter of fact, Mr. Sheen Polito, who I call Professor P, who's on the Wednesday Night Tech Talk Live with me, is going to make a trophy, he says, for the Hard Luck Award.
Yeah.
So somebody who gacks their stuff is going to get the Hard Luck Award.
Hippie Miller, Andy went to bed early tonight, so he has more time to work on the truck tomorrow. Andy's dedicated. The truck is just about to go in for headers.
Whoa.
SRP, Andy's getting ready to go in for headers here real soon. SRP says, can I register without knocking someone out? Loaded question.
I can't be there this year.
Yeah, well, you know what, man? We look forward to seeing you next year. James and James Show is making a trophy for their favorite vehicle. Well, we want James and James to be able to participate. We certainly want them to be there. We want them to be able to participate. So
go over to James and James Show and sub if you haven't already. That's
check them out.
The easy way to do it is somebody put a link up here earlier for them, but if you just go to YouTube and type in quotations James and James, it'll pull it right up.
Yeah,
but it's got to be in quotations, or you're going to be fighting 25 different shows, James and something show.
I know I have seen Scott from Heaven's Mopars on a live before, so you should be able to get on. Yeah, I know you've been on StreamYard before.
Travis Manic Garage is him.
Travis's Manic Garage.
My internet's being difficult.
Travis's Manic Garage. I like that. Well, Buck will be on here in just a little bit, and hopefully Scott gets his technology problems resolved. Use Chrome, Scott. Yeah, that's a good browser to work. Safari works okay on my iPhone.
Safari does not work on my Apple computer. I have the best luck with Chrome, but Chrome does weird things with the drivers for like the mics and the headphones for me.
Or reset your router. Yep. T's Good Times Garage. He's shooting for next year. Needs 402 subs. I will say this. Don't just let the content, the sub count lay over the winter and be in the bind for next year. You'd be amazing how quick.
Yeah. And you know what? If it gets huge next year, I mean, we might have to do something with sub counts. We don't want to. We want to keep it at 500.
If we start to see the sub counts getting gamed in such a way that it's no longer meaningful to have 500, this year it proved to be the perfect number. But if it starts to be gamed to where it's not meaningful anymore, it may have to become the no-name 750 or the no-name 1000 or something. But 500 has proven to be a number that is quite attainable. But I'll tell you this, if it does wind up becoming a no-name 1,000, won't you wish you had gotten in and gotten 500 when that's what it took?
Yeah.
Big Belly Racing, good to see you. When you gonna put up some more content, man? Irish, enjoyed the oil pan video. Yes, that was a lot of fun. Travis had to change my name to broaden my audience. Okay. So now he's the artist formerly known as Travis's Mopar Garage.
Well, he's got some Fords in the play now too,
Just
right?
become a symbol. Just have that little symbol like Prince did. Travis, by the way, is a solid dude. He's one of the ones who's going to be there. He took the no-name 500 challenge. He ran with it. He got it. He's got well over now. He's well over the 1,000 now. He's one of those guys that took full advantage to do really good with this. So.
David Coe says, if you want subs, just do stuff like jumping off a balcony into a pool.
Or ride a monkey bike into a pool.
Yeah.
Not that anybody would do that.
That never even crossed anyone's mind here.
Not anybody who walked around and looked at the grounds and saw where the gates were and thought about the pool liner or any of that.
Yep. We didn't do anything like that. How hard would it be to clean the pool afterwards?
Nobody here got within this close to actually doing that. Put fat guy in the title of your good places. That's what Thumper the Sweaty Fat Guy says. Well, who would search for that? Mongrel's Garage got Mopar Joe to work on a Ford. He's worked on a Ford.
Big Belly Racing says, when my health gets better,
yeah, man,
I'm coming at you from a hospital.
Oh man, that's tough. Yeah, because he put up some shorts and he did some Freedom Convoy videos, had some shorts on his channel. So get well, man. Get well. That's important.
Excavator slip and slide. That'd be a rough one.
No pools were hurt making these subs.
Yeah, we almost did.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, we were close. We were close.
Keith Moon drove a limousine into a hotel swimming pool. We almost took a monkey bike in there at full throttle.
I did put the monkey bike in the grass today. It turned all funny and everything. I can't ride one worth anything. I've ridden a motorcycle once in my life, 20 feet. So this was the farthest by far I've ever ridden anything with two wheels, the motor. And it was different. It was weird. Robert says he spent a month putting my wife's pool up. I'll never do it again.
Oh. Yeah, John and I, we didn't get back till like 1:30 this morning.
Right. We got back in late, but it was worth it. We got a lot done. We did recon over at Lambert's because I really needed to see what they do, how it works, all of that. I mean, I'm going to host everything there. Wanted to look at the parking lot, see how much parking they had.
Yeah, just remember, we're doing a flash mob car show. Lambert's parking lot on Thursday night.
And anybody can participate.
Anyone.
Anybody.
You don't have to
You don't have to do
nothing. Just show up with your car.
If your buddy's in the Sykeston area, it's like, hey, man, show up. We're headed over from the track at 6. Just show up.
Yeah. Flash mob car show.
We're going to take over Lambert's. Call it 6:15 on Thursday, the 29th of September.
There you go.
The James and James show.
Hey guys, we've been pushing your show, James and James. So
Lambert's Throw Rolls, yes, Buffdale Campo. Everybody knows about that.
Yeah, everybody knows about it. And
Lambert's
remember,
Throw Rolls.
in the James and James show, even if you don't make the 500 subs, we are having a flash mob car show at Lambert's parking lot on Thursday night before the No Name Nationals.
Yeah, come to that.
So drive your hairy stuff there,
and still come to the event.
Yeah, even if you guys don't make it, you still have free entry into the event. You have your registration.
Well, yeah, you still have. Look, what happens is
it becomes an expensive
expensive spectator ticket. but come on and still come to the car show. Do all that stuff. It's going to be a blast.
I know you're going to make it. We've been pushing you guys all night, actually.
Yes, we have been. We have been. We're just talking about the contingency plan. You guys are soaring because, so let me tell you, every other day, about every 2 days, sometimes it's every day. On rare occasion, it might go 3 if I got a lot of work to do.
Thumper says that what if his car doesn't have plates, registration, title, etc.?
Do we care?
I don't think we care. That the police might care in Sykeston, but there ain't nothing stopping you from bringing it there on a trailer and unloading it in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And then get some throw rolls. I want to see James and James make it there.
Absolutely.
These guys,
they have 133 subscribers.
It's the Hail Mary. It's the Hail Mary of the No Name 500.
I would love to see it. These guys have 133 subscribers and some really cool content. So check out the James. What you need to do until these guys get a little more presence on YouTube, put the quotation marks around James and James Show. Because right now you'll find a lot of other results. But do that for now. Once they get a few hundred subscribers, they'll be easy to find.
Plus, these guys actually already threw out a thing for everyone else that on Sunday, after the No Name Nationals, if you're not in a big hurry to go home, James are throwing a free dyno day over at their shop in Paducah, Kentucky. Right? So you can go over there and twist their rollers and see what kind of numbers you make or you don't make.
Cool.
I know. I'm really, well, if I wasn't there cleaning up, I might just go over there anyway and see if I can twist the rollers with the Suburban.
All right. We have a special guest in the house. Welcome the 30th channel to make it across the finish line of the No Name 500. Buck does it.
Buck, you made it.
Hey, I made
it.
You made it. Now, Scott is having technology problems. He doesn't seem to be able to join from the phone. I know I've seen Scott on live before. I know the StreamYard link, but there's something going on like with his browser or something. So
well, what I had to do was you sent me a text, so I had to take the text, open it up, and then send it to my email, and then I opened up an email because I wanted to do it through my laptop.
Yeah, well, that works. That works.
My studio.
Yeah, that works.
Dallas got to represent.
Oh yeah, you're doing it too, man.
Look at that.
But John was just talking about. I'm looking at a wall full of them.
I like the shirt. Dust Devil Garage says I'm back. Well, Brian, since you're back, there you go, just for you, Dust Devil Brian. Since you're back, you know that this is just for Brian, Dust Devil Garage, right?
Well, a lot of people like that, John.
That's it.
Yeah, well, it's been slowly clicking off every time we have a live.
I'm saying hi to everybody.
James and James, watch the first part of this live. At about 15 minutes in until about an hour, we go over small tire rules with Ryan. There's very minimal. It's steel roof, steel quarters, 28 10.5 tire, or 275 60/15 or smaller.
No W's allowed.
No W's, and that's about all. You bring $100 bill, you send me an email to register, and of course you have to have 500 subscribers. But you got that, you're good to go.
Hey, okay? And when you go over there to James and James, watch his episode 2. You'll get to meet the guys.
A 16-car field pays $1,500 to win with $500 runner-up.
NSB Custom Car says that bring us some man-sized black shirts to the No Name Nationals.
Agreed.
I'm probably going to have if you've seen any of our sportsman black shirts, I'm going to have some of those. I'm probably going to have the gray. I don't know if anybody's seen the gray. I had some grays available. Tony has one, matter of fact. If you've probably seen the AHRA shirt that Tony has, it's gray. It's the I want you for the AHRA on the back with the Scott, I want you guy.
Scott, why don't you reboot and try it? Because I know I've seen you on StreamYard. Why don't you reboot or something and try it or change browser? Because it should work, man.
I must have blew his doors off and his internet.
Yeah, and SRP
That's
says,
what it was.
SRP says we're going to do a chip draw, as opposed to any kind of qualifying. It's going to be an instant green tree. It's going to be an instant green tree off the auto start and chip draw. So
yeah,
it's very minimal rules. That way, maximum people. Now, Also, something important to know, James and James, we're going to have an overall winner of the AHRA No Name Nationals. And the way it's going to work is it's going to be based on points. And so you get points if you enter the bracket. You get more points for winning rounds.
Right.
You're going to get points if you enter the 28 10.5 tire. You're going to get more points if you win rounds. You're going to get points if you enter the monkey bike.
Yeah, the monkey bike, the burnout contest.
Burnout, yeah. So all of this stuff carries some points. Okay. And there's going to be an overall winner of the No Name Nationals. So
Danny Boyd says no yellows. That's just for the 28-10-5. It's an instant green. No,
right.
It's not a sportsman tree. It's not a pro tree. It's an instant green.
It's an equalizer for that class. The bracket class will still have yellows.
What sort
can I bring a different car to run small tire? Yeah. So understand, James and James show, each registration is a car with one human handler. Okay. So if you register 2 cars, that includes one person for each car.
Right.
So for instance, if both Jameses want to each bring a car, you would register 2 cars, and that covers both Jameses.
Right.
Everybody else who is over 12, I believe, 12 and up, is a spectator ticket.
Yes, SRP. That was the idea behind the instant green,
yes.
Like a flashlight start. But what it's going to do is it's going to be the equalizer. The cars can have some parity, like almost a half second in between, and you still got a fighting chance to win it with the slower car.
It's like a flashlight start, except we're using the tree for a flashlight start. That's exactly what we're doing. It's a flashlight start just done on the tree. It would be funny if they brought identical cars. Yeah, it'd be funny. Yeah, I'd get a kick out of it.
But you lost last round. No one didn't. Well, Buck, you had a long, hard, arduous road to the end of the No Name 500. But you pulled it off, man.
Yeah.
How great is that?
It was back in May 3rd, I think I registered. I registered for the No Name Nationals and the AHRA.
Yep.
Right here.
How many subs did you have when you started?
Oh, well, thanks, bud.
How many subs did you have when you started?
Back in May, you announced, I think on Tony's was 24 subs.
Okay, but that wasn't in May. I announced this thing in January.
Yeah, but I didn't even find out about this until April or sometime.
Right.
So you had 24 subs in May?
In May 3rd it was.
May 3rd. So basically in 3 months and a week, you've gotten almost 500 subs.
Yeah.
256 Garage is asking, is bracket all one class or pro? No box, foot brake. It's essentially all run. It's an all run bracket.
It's an all run bracket. If next year, if we have enough interest in bracket to break it out a little bit, we may. But this year, it's an all run bracket. Pays $500 to win. $256 Garage. I don't think I'm familiar with 256 Garage.
That's who's asking about the bracket.
Right, I know, but I think that's interesting. Interesting channel name.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that's their area code. What's 256 area code?
I don't know. Just let us know, 256 Garage.
Bear Rose wants to know how long are the discounted internet spectator tickets going to be available? I'm not sure what kind of posse is coming with me. Right now we're looking at we were going to pull it down on the 25th.
Here's this. I've got to have the master list printed out to give the people at the gate. All right. And so I'm going to be leaving on Tuesday.
Alabama.
I'm leaving really early on Tuesday, and I'm going to drive partway across. I'm going to drive to somewhere in Tennessee, probably around here. And then on Wednesday, I'm going to run the rest of the way into Sykeston. That's what I'll do. Because I got family here. I'm going to stop, probably make a few stops right here, Central Tennessee. So I'm leaving Tuesday early. So you know what? It sure would be nice if by Monday, everybody that knew they wanted a discounted spectator ticket would do it. That sure would be
area
nice.
code is North Alabama, Northern Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if let's see, if Friday is the 30th, That means Wednesday's the 28th. That means Monday's the 26th. If by Monday the 26th, like you said, the 25th, 26th, that would be really nice. If I could have all that printed out and leave.
We got to have all the spectator pre-bought spectator tickets
Yeah.
accounted for.
Yeah.
And essentially, when we show up at the track, we got to cut Mr. Larry Jeffers a check.
You know what? You know what would be really nice if by the end of the day, if by midnight on Sunday, the 25th, if I could just remove the spectator tickets from the website cart, and at that point you can get them at the gate. That'd be a huge help to me.
SRP, still think you should have a stick shift class in the 28-10-5 class. Why?
Run your stick shift car in the 20. It's a heads up class, not a bracket. Bring it.
I mean, a stick car is fun to watch.
Yeah.
I'm 100% all about
Sure.
that. But since it's a heads up class, it doesn't really matter. There's no advantage or disadvantage to having a stick car.
Well, 256 Garage, come on out though. I mean, still come on out even if your car's not ready or whatever. Love to have you out there.
Thanks, Max.
Buck, how much fun was it doing all these channel reviews you've been doing for all this time?
You know, I counted them again today because I forget. But I did 16 reviews, and I got one scheduled for tomorrow.
Sweet.
And I've been through, man, so many channels, you know. And now I put a little comment up there earlier, a little joke, like now there's 2 less channels I have to review.
James was thinking roadkill. So you see the roadkill banner there behind Buck. You know, our sponsor for the No Name 500 Buzz with Roadkill Customs. He has been a big help to these guys. Yes. He's helped these guys get their channels in order. He's helped promote them. He's a busy man, and he
gives you hints and tips on how to tag, how to label, how to title your content so that it gets picked up by the Google crawler.
Buck, this time next year will be 5,000. Hey, I'd like to see Buck get 5,000.
Yeah, I thank you for the optimism there, Mad Max.
Buck is the OG at channel reviews. Channel reviews have been going on a long time. Buck does them, and he wants to do them, and he's done a good job with them for this event and this community.
Yeah, I like doing them. I mean, I started out to try to get some exposure, get some lives, and get my name and my channel out there. And
well, it's working.
Oh yeah, it worked very well. I mean, plus I got to meet so many people. I mean, there's some people that are in here tonight that's been with me since day one. On the reviews.
Don English, I think he meant 5,000 subs. I think that's what they were saying. Is there a time for the fastest you can be in the bracket, or is it no time limit? What does that even mean? You can be as fast as you want.
Yeah, there's no time limit on as fast as you want to be.
No, basically you could, dude. If you want to have a 3-second bracket car, go right ahead. I don't think you want to.
Yeah, I think he's just worried about who is going to be racing and how long they're going to be sitting on the line waiting for him. There's always racers that this is an all-run bracket. We don't expect it to be super complicated, right? It's a first round buyback, isn't that what we determined? So first round buyback. That's an important thing.
I'm glad Dallas brought that up. So what we're going to do in the brackets is we're going to have a first round buyback. Okay. So basically, you can do a buyback.
I'm here right back.
Yeah. First round buyback, and the first round buyback money is going to St. Jude's. Okay, just for the first round. Tracks do this all the time. If you lose in the first round, you can do a buyback and come back, and then just for the first round only, the money's for St. Jude's. Ricky wants to know if there'll be a best red light trophy. No, there will not. The trophies are really cool. The trophies are unique. They're not just boilerplate stuff. They're all
could be a red trophy.
Huh?
It could be a red trophy.
All kinds of interesting trophies. I've seen the trophies. The trophy guy here locally is doing them, and they make you smile. What can I say? They're not like these are not cookie cutter. Sandbag and bracket racing isn't consistent. Yeah, I mean, you guys run it how you want to, but remember the rules of bracket are simple. It's like Price is Right, closest to your time without going under. And the reaction time is part of the package. Dizzy he says, Buck and I started channels same time. Yeah, you know what? Some people find their niche and their hook and they get to 500 sooner, but it doesn't matter who gets there first. What matters is that you get there.
Right.
That's what matters.
Yeah,
I'm going to give Scott a little bit more time to see if he has any chance. He's having technology problems. It's a shame. I wanted to have Scott on here tonight. We just wanted to kind of hang out and celebrate with Buck. Congratulations on your 500, man. You deserve it. You've worked hard, had a good attitude the whole time.
Thank you so much, and thanks everyone that helped me through and come and comment and get on my lives with me. And all I could think of all the way home was, oh my God, I made it.
You're going to come home to 500 subs today.
I thought in the last, since like, me and Heavens have been since like 4:31 or something like that. We've been back and forth. And it seems every time I catch him and go ahead, like I was ahead this morning, he comes up and passes me. And today he come up and tied me. And then your live took me over the edge, or over the line rather. Thank you so much.
Let me email this to myself. I'm going to copy it off my phone. But you can do that, Scott. You can copy it off your phone.
Well, that's what I did. I copied it from the text and sent it in an email, and then just.
I'm trying to figure out even how to do
Thank
that.
you, DRC. Let me sit up here.
I want to try this though.
I gotta change the glasses.
Hey, well, yeah. Let me see. You know what I'm going to do? I know. Blake, you're still in here, aren't you? This is how I'll do it. This is the way to do this. Blake, if you would. Man, Blake's that far down on my text thread.
Thanks, Max.
Blake, if you could, can you pop that link into the Blake? I just texted you the link to this. Can you post that link in the chat? We're gonna make one more chance to see if we can get Scott in here, because I don't know what the technology problem is.
Yeah, because you can just let him in and nobody else.
Absolutely. Well, no, it's okay. I sent it to him. It's kind of weird. It's just something strange. I know I've seen him on lives before. Yeah, Buck has worked really hard for him. So has Scott. If you're not seeing the build he's doing on that Duster, you should be watching. It's a lot of fun.
Oh my God, yes, he's been hard at it.
There you go, Scott. Try that. The hard part starts now. You're never fast enough. You know what? That's true. It all depends how you feel about the speed at which you run.
Yeah, and I was up to visit Mad Max. He's a hell of a nice guy. And that car he has is an animal.
Yeah.
He started it up for me, man. I just rumbled the ground standing next to it.
Yeah, I got the opportunity to meet Buck in person at Carlisle. That was a lot of fun.
Yes, we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we hang out. And you know what else we did too? Word on the street is we saw Unfinished Project.
Well,
word on the street is Mo Pardin insists that he saw Unfinished Project, like actually saw him. But it's kind of like Bigfoot. It's one of these sightings that, it's a legend,
Yeah, Big Block. NSB is the one that gave me he sent me stickers and sent me that page, and it said Buck Skylark, and I was like, what's he talking about, Buck Skylark? And my girlfriend says, it's not a Buick Skylark, it's a Buck Skylark. I'm like, yeah, oh, okay.
Oh, here we go.
There he is.
Hey, Scott here.
Scott with an S. I hope that Duster don't take that long.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Glad you made it, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Different process for me to try to get on. I could not figure it out.
I'll tell
I
you what,
tried copying and pasting and everything, but yeah.
I'm glad you work. The browser worked. Um, Scott has had the best attitude about this the whole time. And how many subscribers did you start with?
I started at 0.
0. You started 0. What month did you start? When did you start?
It was March.
March. So you started at 0 in March, and in less than 6 months, you've gotten your 500. And you did it with just good old fashioned hard work too. Like you didn't have one, and we don't care how you get them, but you didn't have like one short that took off or anything like that. You just did it with good old fashioned hard work.
Thanks. Yep. Just subscribing to everybody else, and they've been nice and been subscribing back. It's just been, it's funny. I've been, telling people at the paint store and at the auto parts store and anywhere else.
So here's one thing that people will say sometimes, like we don't know this. Like, yeah, but if you have a bunch of small channels, just subscribe to each other. I'm like, okay, but when you have a bunch of small channels, just subscribe to each other. Guess what you have? You have a community, right? And those channels will only be bigger next year, and they'll only have more friends next year. And if you build a community, it grows. So there's not just any one way to do it. Blake is as sharp behind the keyboard as he is behind the. I would agree with that. But congratulations to both of you. I'm thrilled to have you on. You guys are channels number 30 and 31 to cross the finish line.
Awesome. Congratulations, Buck.
Yeah, you too, Scott. And Scott, I was just talking about how we've been battling back and forth since like 4:31 or something like that. 4:30.
Yeah, it's been tight.
Yeah.
Buck said he was going to get the lead and keep it. The next day, he was out of the lead.
Yeah.
But he did take the checkered flag first, technically, by a matter of minutes. So.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
Oh yeah, it's all good. I was rooting for you.
You guys have any questions for these two? Because we got about 9 minutes left. We'll be at the 3-hour mark, so we'll just stick around if you guys got any questions, and then we'll call it a night. But you have anything for these guys? I mean, this is the first time I've had these two on one live together. It's the first time Scott's been on my channel at all, so thrilled to have them.
Yeah, I've been on a bunch of lives.
I'm usually at work. I'm on vacation.
A work vacation.
So, do you want to tell anybody where your duster is versus where the videos are, or do you want to give any hints?
Sure. Yeah, that's all good. I'm behind on making my videos and posting them, so I'm probably about a week and a half out or so to speak. But actually, tonight I'm about to drop in my engine transmission. And crossing my fingers it'll fit. And because it's on a slant 6 K frame and all that fun stuff. But motor mounts have been shaved off and all that. And actually I haven't really shared with anybody yet, but I have been going back and forth on what to put in it engine wise, and trying to make things fit and whatever, because I've been having issues with these motor or headers won't fit, and my steering column and stuff like that. But it turns out that I'm going with the 440 in the car, and instead of the 340. So I was able to get a motor plate that was back ordered forever, and so that's what I'm putting in the car. And the car it's painted, not the outside of the car, just the areas I've been working on.
Right.
And because I know that that's not too important, but a little bit of effort, I'm sure I could do that. And I've got a handful of friends who said that they want to help me build it. So now it's just a matter of, once I get the engine put in, then the wiring, do all that, and then just start putting parts on it. So it should go pretty quick now, because some of that's just assembly stuff instead of a lot of customizing, and like that dash frame that I cut apart and put around the roll bar, stuff like that's setting me back. Yeah. And I thought putting a race car together real quick, you know, you just put stuff in it, but it's all custom stuff compared to a regular car that I can just bolt together. So that's throwing me for a loop. It's all new to me. So I know it'll be a God thing if I can get it done in 2 months, because that's all the time I have.
Oh no, you don't have 2 months. This is what you have right here.
Well, yeah, exactly.
You got 2 months. You got 2 months and a whole lot more for next year's. But for this year's, you have this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of numbers, John, is there any way I could have the number 30 on your calendar pieces?
Number 30?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got, we haven't printed 30 off yet, but what we're doing is I'm putting them all together in a binder. So maybe that'll be your special one.
There you go. Someone was talking about something like that today, and I was like, "Oh, can I have number 30?"
Yeah, you need number 30.
3 for the Trinity, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Yeah, we may do a social live here soon. We're going to have more one-off stuff going on as we get down the stretch. We're really trying to help everybody get there. We got so much other stuff to work on now because time is getting close. You know, we're doing infrastructure stuff in Jeffers. We're going to have an entire gig of internet. I mean, we're going to have a lot of internet capability so that all you guys can stream and post from the track. Most racetracks don't have good internet for a reason, because they're out of town where they can make noise, right? Most tracks do not have good internet. This track is going to have great internet. And we're going to have a mesh network set up. So we're going to have, internet in the tower. We're going to have internet at the saloon. We'll have internet at the timing shack. We're going to have good internet to service.
Cool.
Nice.
Hey, Scott, that last short you put out, that sort of gives you a sneak peek of where the car's at now, doesn't it?
Yes.
The black paint in the trunk and inside.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly
painted,
where it's at
engine
now.
sitting there. I thought so.
Yeah, I thought I'd throw that out just to
You got an eye.
people up to date.
Yeah.
You put some wax on the Angry Vagrant, first time in 30 years. Well, that's cool. Get
Did
your
it come back off?
Got to hammer down, man. You still need over 200. And Danny Boy, yes, there's a 660 saloon on the property. The track has its own saloon. Barrow's Garage. He's started with 42 in the winter. Yes, he did. So if you guys had anything to do over, what would you have done?
Start earlier.
Start earlier?
Yeah, I would have registered earlier, but I really didn't find out about it until, my God, it was probably April. I only started my channel in March.
But here's the thing.
March.
Come next year, you'll know about it on day one, and you've already got your subscribers, right?
Right.
So that frees you up just to do more and more for next year's. Bring something, who knows, faster or whatever. That's the thing I'm hoping, is that every channel gets to grow more and do more, from year to year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm hoping will happen.
And if it wasn't for this No Name Nationals, it gave me the kick in the butt I needed to get going on my channel. Plus, I learned so much stuff with the workshops and the lives and different people, telling me what they did. And, like I've been talking to Big Mike's Hoopty Barn and Bear Rose and so many other people that helped me along the line or along the way.
Oh, indeed. Getting to meet this community, that's the win. Okay, it's just like it's like what we're doing tonight. You guys are on here. We're celebrating you getting your 500. Yeah. But the win, you already got your 500. The win is meeting this community, getting to meet everybody in person and race and have fun with our cars. That's just icing on the cake.
Yeah. And Scott's another one that's been with me from the beginning with the lives. I did that one live at 9:30 in the morning or something, figuring nobody will be there. I won't have to worry if I'll screw up or not. And there was like 8 or 9 of these guys there all cheering me on. I was like, hey, we'll keep this going. And even after this, in between, I'll still keep doing the lives on a Saturday, and we'll figure something out. We'll look at each other's channels maybe or something.
Yeah, Punisher Le Mans is another one that just soared up through the ranks.
Yep, he shot right up too. So did First Responder, the wrench.
Yes,
He was. I was just looking back trying to figure out how many subs he had when he first came in, but he was well under 100, I think, and now he's up over 400 today.
Yep.
That's
Then
awesome.
that's gonna be a 3-day fireworks show. Well, the big thing is so Thursday is not an official day. We're having a work day, and we're going to do a cruise, do a flash mob car show at Lambert's. 2 official days, but yeah, we're going to be there several days. Dallas and I'm sure will be cleaning up on Sunday, but yeah, it's going to be a full weekend, you know.
Well, Don, that would depend on timing and backfires. Maybe you might get some fireworks. Spark plug wire or something like that. Yeah.
That is a really nice track. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. Like, they keep the grass mowed, and it's real nice and flat and level there. It's a nice facility. It's a very nice track. It's ideal for what we're doing.
Yeah, that's why I asked about the fire rings and stuff, because I thought it's all nice grass out there. They're not going to want you to build a fire on their grass.
Yeah, Mopar Den, that is the truth. There's going to be all kinds of recording. And for you guys that don't know it, we've met with the internet guy. We're having good high-speed internet, an enormous amount of bandwidth, so that you guys can stream to your heart's content, okay? We're putting in. So, for instance, Sykeston has this huge rodeo that comes to town every year. The rodeo comes to Sykeston. We're having as much service for this event that they do. Okay. Like, and the rodeo's live streamed and all that. I mean, so we have that kind of service.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, we're at the 3-hour mark. Do you, Buck, or Scott, have anything that you want to add? Anything you want to plug? Anything coming up on your channels that you want to get out there?
No, I just have every Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, I do a channel review live. And then after the live, we usually have a chat session, or I let people on. I was going to tell James and James if they want to stop by tomorrow after my live review, if they want to jump on and just say hi. I'd be glad to let them on the channel.
Barrow's Garage, by the way, mentions lots of hotels right away. Yeah, so I'm looking at the Best Western, which is just real close there by Lambert's. That's probably where I'm going to be staying. The Drury's right there. I know that some of our guys are staying there. So they're just that. Anything you want to add? We're going to wrap up things here.
Oh, well, I just missed out, but I just I had to call. I've been putting off for a day the track operator at Northeast Dragway. But he runs a speed shop there outside Norfolk, Virginia, called Speed Oasis LLC. And he said they're putting up $100 on the monkey bike, and they're putting up $100 on the 2810.5. So
very nice.
Good. Yeah, but
very nice.
Congratulations to both you guys for completing the No Name 500.
Thank you, Dallas.
Awesome.
Yeah, no
Thank you,
problem.
Dallas. Hi, by the
welcome.
way. Thank you for everything you two are doing, and you, Buck, for that you're doing for everyone else. That's awesome.
Well, thanks, guys. We're going to wrap it up tonight. Again, so don't forget, Dallas is going to be live. So are you going to have your special guest on this Wednesday?
I'm trying to right now. I'm trying to work out the details. She was emailing me just a few minutes ago. So
okay, so he may have a special guest on Wednesday, but your regular Wednesday is with Shane Polito.
Yeah, Professor P. Yep,
Professor P. And then, of course, I'm live every Friday, 7 Central, 8 Eastern on my channel. And you're going to see more and more as we come down the stretch. We've got lots of good updates for you. Billboard is up. We got points 90% finalized. You guys have got what we're doing with the 28 by 10.5 tire class. We've got a schedule worked out for the event we think you're going to like. We'll publish a schedule here real soon. But it's very, very close to what we told you guys. But lots of stuff is going on right now, and it's getting really exciting.
It's getting down to crunch time for us. We're doing first fire ups too for the No Name Nationals.
Sure
and
are.
a lot of things for John and I.
Yep. It's great.
Thank you,
Good time.
Travis.
So we'll see you guys. Y'all take care. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you being here, and we'll see you all again soon.
Bye, everybody, and thank you so much.
Yes, we appreciate it.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Dallas. Have a great night.
Yep,
Yes.
You too.
Take care, everybody.
Congratulations.
Later, guys.
Oh,
See you.
thanks to the mods. Well, thank my mods, Blake and Joe and Andy and Buzz and Fubar and Ari.
Where's Buzz? I haven't seen him yet.
I know he wasn't here tonight. We'll see y'all.